site of Union City Schools as we get ready for tonight's matchup between the Union City High School Golden Tornadoes and the Dyer County Choctaws. Good evening, everyone. I'm Chuck Hammer. Alongside me, the coach, Eddie Suter, as we are ready for week number 2. Last week, we were here when Union City opened the 2025 season and unfortunately fell to JCS 24-14, but what a ball game it was. And that's where we might as well start. Coach, last week you felt like that was a game that Union City absolutely had a great chance in. I know going through the week, a lot of people were asking me my opinion on what the matchup would look like. I said, Union City's got a lot of fresh faces, a lot of new players. It's going to be a tough task, but I was hearing out in the community that, it was going to be tough for them, but they hung really well. And then in the second half, what really impressed me in that game was they shut out defensively. They shut out JCS in that second half. It was a kickoff return that let the air out of the balloon and ended up being the final blow for JCS's win. But we saw a lot of positives for Union City last week, a lot of things to build on.
Yeah, and I would, reiterate or reemphasize what you're saying. The defense was outstanding. We'll have to talk about some of the holding penalties. Of course, there were some big plays brought back offensively. But in all the penalties that were called, not a whole lot there defensively. And when you think about the numbers of kids that played, and I'm talking about not very many, and the bodies and the amount of time they had to play, pregame, you and I talked about, and during the game we were talking about the potential for kids cramping up. We always see it the first couple of weeks. And I really thought that would play a major factor. It did not. We saw a couple of kids maybe come over to the sideline and get stretched out a little bit, and everybody was able to get back in. But I think my biggest concern, honestly, going into that game last week was durability. And I don't mean from an injury, standpoint. I'm knocking on wood. Of course, Coach Markle talked about it too. We came out of that game pretty healthy last week at least. But I just thought the stamina would be an issue, to be honest with you. I thought maybe, they would wear us down at some point in the fourth quarter. And, not to talk about the scoreboard is what it is, a 2-score loss. But I never really saw any of that fight go out of our defensive unit. They were still playing, I felt like, the very last few possessions just as hard as they played, the early possessions. You take away a couple of big plays, and I know you can't do that. I mean, that's part of every, team. That was part of JCS's team. But, you talk about the kickoff return towards the end when Union City was making a big comeback. But look at that, the way the first half ended as well, because Union City had just kind of, got their footing a little bit defensively. They were really starting to put a little pressure on JCS. And then you had a big play over there on the left sideline and then a big touchdown pass right after that, or a couple of plays after that. And you would think that would take the wind out of the sails, but really didn't. Gave Union City an opportunity really to regroup, regather, get out there, and just continue to really dominate defensively.
Well, and you look at the tail of the tape offensively. Union City actually took the offensive lead as far as total offense, 329 yards to JCS's 213. All 329 of those yards came on the ground. Of course, that's something, Coach, if you didn't join us on Tornado Talk, and you should listen to that every Wednesday night as we catch up with head coach Nick Markle. That's one of the things he talked about is, yes, dominated the ground game. That's exactly what they want to do. That's part of the game plan. But they've got to get at least a little something through the air. 0 of 6, 2 interceptions. Obviously, one of those forced there at the end of the game. You're trying to get it down the field. So, you got to get a little something from the air game, but 18 first downs is another thing Coach Markle talked about in our pregame interview. He wants to get 18 first downs a game. They got 18 exactly last week. It was just the turnovers and those 2 big plays, the long touchdown pass down the left sideline right before halftime, and the kickoff return. That was the difference for JCS, but what an open to the season as Union City they fall in that game, but they do learn a lot about themselves is the best way to say it. And Coach, I took note of it when he said it in the postgame show, and then he even brought it up when I talked to him on Wednesday, saying that it was the only time in his coaching career he had ever used that phrase of and I can't remember exactly what it was. It's like losing the right way or something like that to that effect.
I'll listen to it today if you want the quote.
Yeah, give it to me.
Not happy with the loss, but happy with the way we lost, I think is what and I don't think he meant anything about happy with the way you lose. You never want to lose. But, of course, what he's saying, I mean, coach speak, whatever. I coached long enough. Paraphrase it, translate it, if you will. He was happy with their performance. You never want to lose a football game There were a lot of things, though, that stood out to him. He praised his defensive unit, obviously. Big praise there for Jack Theobald, a sophomore, kind of thrust into that position this year. Kerbin Thompson's selflessness, things he said. But the words that he kept using, and I think I told you this last week, I sometimes get close enough to hear Coach Markles talk to the team after, but I try not to get too close to infringe upon, their space, their time, that kind of thing. Well, sometimes even though I'm very far away, if it's a really bad night, I hear it whether I want
catch
to
a little more than
or
usual.
not. But it was – and, again, nobody in the community needs to think Coach Markle is satisfied with a loss. But all that he did was speak praise to them and try to build them up. Look, we've had a lot of big losses, first opening game, whatever, for the last several years, and we somehow try to, find a way to turn the page and get things headed in the right direction by playoff time. But the two words that stood out were resilience, and I think he used that again with you when you guys talked this week, and then also grit. And I would say that absolutely would be a couple of words that I would use for the performance last week as well.
Well, and I wanted to note also, and I said it once, I'll say it again, is that obviously was not just coach speak from him, because he even admitted, I've never said that before in my coaching career, and that just says a lot about how he feels about this year's team and how they open the season. I want to say a special thank you to our Week 2 game day sponsors, NH Refrigeration, First Citizens National Bank, and Dunn's Auto Body. And also thank you to Davis Clothing in Lexington and Domino's Pizza. Thanks to Domino's Pizza in Union City for providing tonight's pregame meal. Check them out at 620 East Reelfoot in Union City. And you're listening to the Tornado Pregame Show, presented by Tyson Foods of Obion County and Roadrunner Driving School, right here from the Herman Jenkins Motors broadcast booth. We'll be back with some more pregame, and we'll talk to Coach Markle when we return here on our pregame show as we count down to kickoff between Union City and Dyer County on Froggy 99.3 and RadioNWTN.com. Celebrating 45 years in business, ENH Refrigeration is your trained comfort specialist. We are Northwest Tennessee's heating and cooling experts with locations in Martin and Paris. If you're in need of a new Trane HVAC system, we have you covered. Give ENH Refrigeration a call today in Martin at 731-587-9675 or in Paris at 731-407-9121. Let us bring you comfort you deserve with the quality you count on. ENH Refrigeration, your Trane dealer.
Looking sharp has never been easier. Five Seasons Men's Shop in Union City and Martin has all the brand names he wants. Suits, jackets, sportswear, shoes, and the right accessories. Getting married or going to the prom? Five Seasons Men's Shop has formal wear that fits perfectly. And with your purchase, Five Seasons will wrap your gift for free. That's Five Seasons Men's Shop in Union City and Martin with their friendly one-on-one service from true professionals. You'll walk in a man and walk out the man.
Looking to take your business to the next level? ATA, your trusted tax, advisory, and accounting firm, is here to help. From tax planning to client accounting services to advisory and assurance, ATA has you covered. Contact ATA today at 731-885-3661 or visit ATA.net. With locations across Tennessee, Kentucky, Arkansas, and Mississippi, ATA is ready to serve you wherever you are. Choose ATA for all your accounting needs. Let's amplify your business together.
At Reynolds Brothers Tire Company in Union City and Martin, they carry Cooper, Michelin, and Goodyear tires. They carry all major brands and many private brands too. They even go the extra mile for their customers with a service package that includes road hazard, free fixed flats, and lifetime balancing. Reynolds Brothers, nobody beats their customer service. Reynolds Brothers Tire Company, 400 East Church Street in Union City and 505 North Lindell Street in Martin.
Back here at War Memorial Stadium as we count down to kickoff. Just about 20 minutes to go until we get this one started. It's Dyer County and Union City, fortunately, back here at the friendly confines at Union City High School on the campus here. And next week and the week after, though, you're going to be racking up the miles. As next week it's going to be Riverside, so that's a almost a couple hours down the road, just right there at it. And then 2 weeks from tonight, it'll be Crittenden County. So going the complete opposite direction and going up there into Kentucky and getting a chance to go up there. Never been up there to call a ball game, so excited about that. You're listening to the Tornado Pregame Show here from the Herman Jenkins Motors broadcast booth. And the Tornado Pregame Show is brought to you by Tyson Foods of Obion County and Roadrunner Driving School. And, Coach, we're going to hear from head coach Nick Markle in just a moment. But just going into this matchup here tonight, I know this is a familiar face. Head coach Justin Dubriel had spent some time here at Union City. I saw him shaking hands and talking to a lot of folks here down along the walkway before the ball game and getting a chance to get reacquainted with people. But he's got a ball club coming in here that last week, probably the best game in all of West Tennessee, maybe the whole state, 35-34. They got the win over Dyersburg. You know what you're getting with Dyer County. They're always athletic, strong, well-coached, and I don't think that's any different this season.
Yeah, we went over there, last year, obviously, to Dyer County. This is a, I guess, a series, whatever you want to call it, where they played each other back and forth for the last several years. And last year, to be honest with you, we took our lumps over there. I thought we had a good ball club going in, and Dyer County had a better one because they really showed up, especially offensively. And so hopefully that Union City defense is going to show up again tonight. But it's going to be a different ball game. I thought they were able to shut down the run last week, and that's something that I thought JCS was going to try to bring to the game. They were going to try to be more physical maybe than Union City. We talked about how JCS outweighed their offensive line, outweighed the defensive line for Union City, so really thought they could lean on them. But that defensive line stood up and made enough plays that they kind of forced JCS to attack them a different way. Dyer County's not going to wait to see if Union City's going to kind of load up and shut down the run. They're going to try to attack Union City on the perimeter anyway. It's what they did last year. They are a big team, big play team. They're very explosive. Their quarterback is good, and their wide receivers are probably better. You know what I'm saying? Those guys can just go out and make plays. So I know that's going to be certainly a point of emphasis for Union City and their defense. And I know when you talked to Coach Markle, he talked about the linebackers are pretty much – it's a completely different game plan for those guys. And I think he was talking more about the gap scheme that he's going to have to, contend with there for Dyer County, that they're going to really have to read not just where the backer's coming from out of that backfield, but also, see the angles that that offensive line for Dyer County is trying to create. But I think even as important to that is those guys in the linebackers position are going to have to take away the underneath route, the underneath pass play, because Dyer County's already going to try to attack over the top. You don't want to force those DBs to have to worry about, pinching up and guarding the short stuff as well.
You're listening to the Tornado Pregame Show brought to you by Tyson Foods of Obion County, Roadrunner Driving School, as we are nearing kickoff. And, yeah, you look at this matchup tonight, and Union City, one of the things, and, again, I don't want to take everything away from what Coach Markle talked about in our pregame show, but saying that this team relatively healthy coming into this game. I know last week, and that's one young man I want to talk about here for just a second, is that quarterback position. You got to go all the way back. Obviously a transfer out, so there was a change in the quarterback, and then there was a time where Kerbin Thompson looked like he was going to get the job, but then even went to coach and said, put me where you need to. And then they ended up going with Jack Theobald. But last week, Jack Theobald was playing very well. He started cramping, I believe. They had to come out. And then Kerbin Thompson, and again, no shot at Jack Theobald. He was moving the ball, but it was really that long run, that long touchdown run by Kerbin Thompson that really kick-started the offense. And then once Theobald came back in, he was just keeping it going. So those two guys, and I'm not sure if we'll see Thompson in there, quarterback, unless there's any sort of cramping or an injury again. But those two guys really showed at that position that Union City's got something to be excited about.
Well, and this is what I said last week. Union City's a much more versatile team. I think that's why they made the decision they did with Theobald at the quarterback and Kerbin there behind him as a running back or fullback most of the time, to be honest with you, because it gives you multiple options there with the attack on the ground game, I think. And I'll be honest with you, maybe JCS wasn't aware of that. When Kerbin Thompson came in there, maybe they thought he was just in there to hand the ball off a few times and see if Theobald would come back. But, in the years that we've seen Kerbin get out there and be the backup quarterback, he's had a nose for the hole. He's had a nose, for getting through that line and finding openings and finding seams. he kind of got on me a little bit. I saw him walking through the halls the other day. He was there in study hall, and he said, "Heard you said I'm not very fast." And I said, "Well, I said you're not." I said, I think what I said was that's not the main part of your game. I just like the way Kerbin plays so physical. He relishes, that role, whether he's in the fullback's position or the quarterback. He is very adept at taking that ball to himself, as we saw. I mean, what was it, a 50-something yard, rush, and he hit the hole and he was gone. And there were certainly opportunities for defenders to catch him, but he smelled that end zone, and he would not be denied, so to speak.
Let's take a timeout. As when we come back, we'll talk to head coach Nick Markle. You're listening to the Tornado pregame show here, presented by Tyson Foods of Obion County and Road Runner Driving School from the Herman Jenkins Motors broadcast booth. You're listening to it all right here on Froggy 99.3 and Radio NWTN.com.
When you're on the hunt for the perfect vehicle, what are the things you're looking for? Is it brand, features, color, size, or something else? The good thing is Herman Jenkins Motors can help you find that vehicle that checks all the boxes for you. With multiple brands to choose from, such as Chevrolet and GMC, their staff will work hand in hand with you to make the car buying process as easy as possible. And their service department will take good care of your car after the purchase. Visit them today in Union City or online at hermanjenkins.com.
A good foundation. At Allen Searcy Builder Contractors, they know that it's the essential part of having a successful project, but it's also an important element in each relationship with their clients. Understanding and protecting the interests of each business they serve is why Allen Searcy continues to be the source for major commercial projects in our area for over 40 years. Allen Searcy Builder Contractors can help you with your project from concept and design all the way to construction. Call 885-7633 or go to allensearcy.com.
At Orr Investment Management, we believe everyone deserves a clear path to their goals. Jamie Orr and his team have offered personalized securities and advisory services tailored to your unique needs for nearly 20 years. Take the necessary steps to secure your financial future today. Visit Orr Investment Management at 1208 Edward Street in Union City or 849 Volunteer Drive in Paris. Your future is our focus. Securities and advisory services offered through LBL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member FINRA, SIPC.
When you're craving the perfect cut, steaks that sizzle, savory sliced bacon, fresh salmon, juicy pork chops, and the tastiest chicken around, head to the meat shop in Union City. Need dinner and a snap? Grab frozen meals and fresh vegetables too. Always the perfect cut, always friendly service. Located at 1106 South 1st Street in Union City. Come to the meat shop. It's what's for dinner.
And back here at War Memorial Stadium as we are just now 12 minutes and 12 and a half minutes away from kickoff. You're listening to it here from the Herman Jenkins Motors broadcast booth. I want to say a special thank you to our Week 2 game day sponsors, NH Refrigeration and First Citizens National Bank, along with Dunn's Auto Body. And Tornado pregame show brought to you by Tyson Foods of Obion County, Road Runners Driving School, and also Home Builders Mart. I want to say let's get a chance to catch up with head coach Nick Markle earlier this week, and this is what he had to say.
Dyer County, the opponent, we saw that they had maybe the best game in all of West Tennessee last Friday night as they defeated Dyersburg in overtime 35-34. What a ball game it was. They've got a new head coach over there, Justin Dubriel. What do you know about this year's team for Dyer County? I know you've got a chance probably to see the film. They scored 35 points against Dyersburg, but they gave up 34. What do you expect to see from them offensively?
You know, they're dynamic. They got some weapons. You know, they're not necessarily the same weapons they had last year. And I've played a lot of Dyer County in the past with the former coach and Coach Whittle. We had a good working relationship. We would scrimmage each other, play each other. Coach Dubriel used to coach here, 8 years ago or so, and he's well acquainted with this area and what we do offensively and everything else. And for his first game, what a great win for him. A big rivalry game. His guys played hard. They clawed their way. It's kind of a back-and-forth game, but they were down, and they kept clawing their way back into the game. And, they beat them in overtime, blocked a field goal and things like that. And so, congratulations to Coach Dubrell for his first win. I know he's going to try to bring that same tenacity in here and try to get, be 2-0 and get this thing rolling. And so, they're big on defense. They're a physical team. They want to run the zone, inside zone. They want to throw it around. They got some really good receivers. They like to stretch the field, throw the deep ball. Going to be somewhat similar to what we played last week, but more of a zone scheme than a gap scheme. I thought JCS probably more of a gap scheme team. Same quarterback as last year. And they're just a gritty group. They got a lot of guys that they can cycle in and out. They got about, 80 or 90 players on the roster. Like we said earlier, we're playing about 15, 16 guys. So it's going to be a night to where we got to grind it out. I mean, it's going to be every night for us, and so we can't give up big plays on defense, and we can't turn the ball over on offense, and we'll have a fighter's chance.
How's practice been this week, and what are you guys working on?
Just trying to fix some of the things we worked on or rep last week's game that we kind of fell short on. We missed some key blocks at times. We got to clean that up offensively. Defensively, just kind of keep on getting better. Linebackers got to get a different look now because of the zone and kind of fitting up in there on the zone read stuff and who's got quarterback and what they're trying to do and the RPOs off of it. But, man, we are who we are. We're going to be just a grinder team, bend but don't break defense. We're going to continue to evolve offensively to kind of give some defenses some issues on formations and things like that. But, I mean, we're a team that runs the veer, runs the midline. And it gives me an idea defensively. You can only run about 4 defenses against this offense. So to be sound defensively, I kind of have an idea going into it. So like I said earlier, we're going to take what's given to us. And if, the quarterback's got to run the ball, quarterback's got to run the ball. And if they're going to give it to where I got to pitch it on the perimeter, we'll do the same and get to running. But we got to be able to throw the ball a little bit this week. So we're going to put a little bit more emphasis in our passing game.
We saw some cramping last week. I know it's going to be some cooler weather this week. There's already been some cooler weather, but hopefully we won't see that again this week. But injury report-wise, how did you come out of that JCS game?
We came out healthy. We're actually getting Foster Rogers back, so we get a little depth on our line. So we're a +1 there. Other than that, we're pretty solid.
Keys to the game, Coach. What's it going to take to get a win against Dyer County?
Yeah, like I said earlier, we can't give up big plays. Defense has to be stingy. We have to do a better job tackling than we did last year against them. We kind of had probably our worst night tackling against Dyer County last year. And so offense, if we play a good game offensively, that becomes our defense, holding on to the football, not getting behind the chains, cleaning up some of our penalties, not letting the dumb coach get, delay of game calls. Everybody trying to just improve a little bit going in this game. And, like I said, I think we got a fighter's chance in every game we play.
I thought you had a really good crowd last week, all things considered, all the other local games that were going on, and, of course, the fair across the way. As far as I know you guys really appreciate that support from the fans to come out and support you guys again Friday night, 7 o'clock against Dyer County.
Yeah, it's going to be a little cooler, so come on out and watch our boys go back to work.
Well, Coach, thanks for joining us this week, and we'll talk to you next week.
And go Tornadoes.
And those keys to the ball game are brought to you by Jerry Ward Autoplex. Score your next set of keys from Jerry and the guys today. As we are nearing kickoff, the captains are on the field. Let's take one more timeout. When we come back, we will tell you about the coin toss and get you ready to start as Dyer County and Union City are just moments away here from the Herman Jenkins Motors broadcast booth on Froggy 99.3 and RadioNWTN.com.
For decades, Commercial Bank and Trust Company has been the bedrock of our community. When it comes to doing business, we have perfected the art. I'm Greg Dozier, and I'm proud to be part of a community bank that prioritizes its customers above all else. To us, you're not just a number, you're family. At Commercial Bank, we promise an experience that leaves you smiling and fully satisfied. Your financial well-being is our top priority, because when it comes to banking, your choice matters. Choose Commercial Bank and Trust Company today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Accidents, dents, and dings happen. And when they do, bring your vehicle to Dunn's Auto Body, proudly serving the area since 1963. Our family-owned business provides top-quality repairs you can trust. Our technicians are ready to restore your vehicle to its best. We are open Monday through Friday from 8 to 4. Come see us at 1318 Stad Avenue or call us for a quote at 731-885-0535. Dunn's Auto Body. Get it done and get it done right.
Kaiser Pharmacy, Union City's only locally owned and operated pharmacy, serving our community for over 20 years. For more than just prescriptions, our services include immunizations, wellness consultations, compounding, med syncing, and even mastectomy supplies. We are excited to introduce our newest offering, Kaiser Wellness, powered by pharmacists, with our exclusive line of supplements and vitamins. Shop online at kaiserwellness.com or exclusively at Kaiser Pharmacy. Plus, shop at our boutique, Miles and Bishop, while you wait, or online 24/7. Experience the difference at Kaiser Pharmacy.
Ready to kickstart a career that'll take you places? Roadrunner Driving School is here to help you earn your CDL and hit the road in the right direction. Located at 106 Industries Park Drive in Sharon, Tennessee, Roadrunner Driving School offers an in-depth hands-on training curriculum that prepares you for an exciting career in the trucking industry. Learn how to drive a Class A commercial vehicle today. Call us at 731-456-2008 to earn your CDL in just 3 weeks. Let Roadrunner Driving School put you in the driver's seat.
Back here in the Herman Jenkins Motors broadcast booth, Chuck Hammer alongside me, the coach, Eddie Suter. Tonight, as both teams are about to make their way onto the field, you're listening to the Tornado pregame show presented by Tyson Foods of Obion County, Roadrunner Driving School, and Home Builders Mark. As we say a special thank you to our Week 2 game day sponsors, E&H Refrigeration, First Citizens Bank, and Dunn's Auto Body. And appreciate Coach going and getting me a water. May have to call E&H Refrigeration and get us an air conditioning unit up here. And it's not as bad as it was last week. And I know hot weather will be behind us here soon. Captains are out on the field. Union City tonight in their purple jerseys, white pants, gold helmets with UC on the side. And for Dyer County, they're in all whites, white pants, white jerseys, and white helmets with orange numbers and letters. And like I said, we're just about ready for kickoff. As once we get these captains out there and get the coin toss. Captains for Union City are going to be Adrian Crawford, Aiden Reed, Martez Lifford, and Dayton Buckley. And for Dyer County, I did the best I could. I think that is Jalen Barbie along with Damian Duncan and Landon Daniels. I'll do the best I can. Those numbers hard to see with the sun shining right at us, but we're just about ready to get things going as they start to head towards midfield, and now we're about to have a coin toss.
It's starting to heat up in here a little bit. I don't know. That sun's starting to set. I think we'll cool off maybe 6 or 8 degrees here in a few minutes. It should be a good one. You know, you talked about the crowd last week, and it's a pretty good crowd over there for Dyer County. You've talked about the homecoming sort of.
Well, a special crowd here tonight because the class of 1985 celebrating their anniversary.
Yeah.
So they're here tonight. So they were grilling out. I got here at 5 o'clock. They were out here tailgating and playing all kinds of tailgate games and a lot of fun, and that's good to see. You know, and that's Union City. That's what you see. And no offense to our bigger city brethren, but those are the types of things you just see in local, rural communities, small towns. People, they come back for class reunions, and it's nice to see when folks can come back and gather together and rethink about all those memories they have and also catch up.
Yeah, well, the cool thing about it is, I saw a bunch of small kids out there, too. I just couldn't tell. I looked out and I said, it looks like a bunch of old people. And I went, wait a minute. They're only 2 or 3 years older than I am. So, yeah, there probably were some grandparents in the crowd with their grandkids out there.
Yeah, we've got both teams heading now to the tunnels and just about ready to take the field. Now, we had keys to the ball game from Coach, but I'll also give you an opportunity to give your keys to the ball game.
Look here, I wrote them down. I'm glad you talked long enough for me to flip a script there. The keys here for Union City, obviously, is going to be no big plays, do a better job tackling, something Coach Markle already talked about, but really that was a bugaboo for them last year against this Dyer County bunch also. And then we've talked about it before, talked about it last season, on the broadcast several times. Sometimes the offense can be the best defense, so take care of the football. Did a pretty good job of that last week. I got to do a little bit better job and make sure you don't have any kind of offensive penalties. Just stay in front of the sticks.
And again, we said it earlier, we'll say it again. Those keys are brought to you by Jerry Ward Autoplex. Score your next set of keys from Jerry and the guys. And that's going to wrap things up here on our Tornado pregame show presented by Tyson Foods of Owyhee County and Roadrunner Driving School, along with Home Builders Mart. Dyer County wins the toss and elects to receive. Union City will be kicking from left to right. Golden Tornadoes take the field as Dyer County is still huddled.
Yeah, they're not because when he indicated it was in the south end zone.
That's why I had a little confusion there for a moment, and then
I thought, well, maybe we didn't see it correctly, or the official didn't indicate it correctly. He certainly had Dyer County over here on the south side and indicated the ball was going to go that way, and that's what we'll have.
So Dyer County will catch it going from left to right. Back to receive the kick will be Keanthony Barbie, a junior, 5'9", 153-pound junior.
Do you do that left to right, right to left on your radio dial?
No,
stuff?
the radio. I say they're going from left to
Yeah.
right, but the radio dial, that's antiquated. That's old.
That's what I was wondering. Everybody just uses
digital.
their even in your car, you don't have a dial. You're just pushing buttons. Everybody's listening to. I listen to the radio on the Alexa app somehow at home. I don't know how that stuff works. I just know that it does. And we're set for football here. Union City is about to kick off.
Got it teed up at the 40-yard line. Yeah, we're just waiting for the whistle ready to play.
We're hearing those horns and sirens out there. That usually indicates everybody's ready.
Teed up at the 40. It'll be a short kickoff. It will be fielded at the 33. Trying to get up to the 35, going back to the 32. Now gets to the corner, 40, 45, 50, 45, or 40, 35, and knocked out of bounds near the 30. And quite the return where he ended up going backwards there for a couple yards, stretched it across to the near side here on the home side of the field, cut it up the sideline, and got a great return to start for the Choctaws.
Yeah, and the sad thing about that, too, when he started to go backwards, looked like Union City really had some nice penetration on their special teams, but unfortunately they just didn't. Nobody set the edge right there, and so he was able to just continue stringing it out, got to that sideline. It was a foot race, and unfortunately the return man won it.
A short field for Dyer County here on their first possession. Union City's defense has got their work cut out for them as the lights are on here, but sun still splashed across the field. In the gun, the quarterback will give the handoff up the middle, across the 30, down to the 27, maybe the 26. On the carry is Corey Taylor. Christian Jones on the tackle. At quarterback is Landon Daniels for Dyer County. Daniels in the gun with the running back off his right hip, trips to the near side. One receiver to the left side, and we've got a penalty marker pre-snap, which usually indicates it's going to be on the offense.
Well, the finger pointing by the Union City players makes you think so as well.
Ball start against Dyer County, so after a nice run on first down of 5, they'll go back and put it right back to the original line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, just basically negates that positive yardage.
Daniels in the gun will give it to the running back, and he's hit immediately, but then bounces off 2 guys and surges ahead down inside of the 30, down to the 27, near the 26, right about where he had it before the penalty.
Got to go back again. Coach Markle talked about them needing to do a better job of tackling tonight already. Not able to get the return man on the ground with penetration, and right there he was able to bounce off. Corey Taylor bounced off 2 or 3 would-be tacklers to pick up positive yardage.
Corey Taylor this time will line up on the left hip. He's in there to block as the quarterback steps up, and he's going to be knocked down after a gain of only a yard. Coming out of the bottom of that pile, fired up for Union City, is Elijah Simpson.
It's a big stop, but you imagine that Dyer County is going to go for it right here, so Union City going to need to get that penetration again, back-to-back stops.
Brings up 4th and 4 from the Union City 27. Daniels will be in the gun, 2 receivers either side, and Taylor to his right. They'll take a look to the sideline for a play change potentially. Now he'll take the snap off to the side, had to reach for it, throws it, and it's caught at the 19, and down he goes there, but that's good enough for a Dyer County first down. And on the reception, that was Antonio Franklin.
Yeah, the timing was off. You thought maybe Union City would be able to get in that passing lane a little bit better, but just unfortunately not able to. Too much of a pocket right there.
Theobald made the tackle. Here's Taylor on the carry, and he's not going to have much.
That's some better tackling right there.
Union City being the purple swarm tonight. Getting to Taylor before he could really get going. Thompson on the stop, and we've got a Union City player down, and this is not good.
I can't see. There's not a number right there.
It's either Thompson or Theobald. And looks like 18 is up, so that would be 16. So that's going to be Kerbin Thompson that's down on the play.
You don't want to hear anybody's name, but those are two that you want to be kind of the afterthoughts. Don't want them involved in any situations. They're so important on both sides of the ball, as are all these guys. You see Union City taking a knee right there. Well, he'll be escorted off. He's not putting any weight whatsoever on that left foot right now.
It looks to be a lower left leg injury, and he's going to be tended to by the training staff. After the play, it's 2nd and 9, so only a 1-yard carry down to the Golden Tornado 19. We're in the first quarter with 9:29 to play. Scoreless, but Dyer County is in the red zone, knocking on the door. The senior quarterback, Landon Daniels. We've seen him throw one pass so far, a completion to Antonio Franklin that kept this drive alive. This time, the Choctaws will send 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the near side. Ball's on the near hash. And I don't know if we're having a clock issue or what. Now we're ready to go. Or maybe not.
Official still over here talking to the Union City sideline about something. Really see much of a reaction here from the Union City bunch, though.
What it is, I think they maybe put some more time on the clock.
Okay.
9:36. I don't think there was a little less than that. There's a fake handoff and going deep into the back of the end zone. Incomplete over the head of the receiver, Grant West, who had beaten the defender. And just a overthrown ball by quarterback Daniels, or that would have been 6 for the Choctaws. That fake really got those defensive backs to bite and was enough to get a step by the receiver, but fortunately for Union City, the ball is overthrown.
Yeah, he was open, by about 2 or 3 yards at least.
The good news for Union City, it's now 3rd and 9.
Just wonder if maybe they were trying to catch Union City out of sorts after the injury and then a little bit more of a delay right there.
Daniels in the pistol. Puts a man in motion.
Probably just an extra blocker in that side, yeah.
Throw a little toss over there to Taylor. Taylor trying to pick his way through the defense. Some tough running. And he's going to gain a few yards inside of the 15, but come up short. So it will be 4th down. Andre Small on the tackle. Young man, we said his name a whole lot last week, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, we expected to get a big dose of him, with the carries. He had some good runs in there. But
Choctaws are going to go for it here on 4th down. Snap goes to Daniels. It's a fake handoff to try to throw it into the back of the end zone again, and here's a late penalty marker.
Maybe got a hold right there, the reaction of the receiver. I was trying to see who got that penetration. It's number 6 for Union City was in there in the face of the quarterback, at least for the time being, forcing the incompletion.
Your guess is as good as mine on that receiver. That number's either an 8.
It wasn't pass interference, so maybe holding before. I can't really.
I think that receiver he was looking for in the back of the end zone was Caleb Mahone. 5'8", 150-pound senior wide receiver. As that'll make it first down and goal to go at the 7. They run to the left side, and they keep pushing the pile. They get inside of the 5, and Taylor on a tough, hard run gets it right near the goal line before he's brought down.
Dayton about Buckley. 2 yards out. I'm still trying to see that marker, maybe at the 4. So 4-yard gain, we'll call it. That's 6 carries for Corey Taylor, 20 yards in the first quarter, first drive.
Again in the gun at the 3-yard line, and the give will go to Taylor, and there is that Union City defense standing tall, and the first man through is Christian Jones. The 6', 220-pound senior knifes his way in there and stops the runner right at the point of attack.
Yeah, Christian Jones. You know, Union City has had some nice penetration. We've seen them several times be able to get into the backfield. The difference there, Christian Jones was not going to let go and held him until some of his teammates could get there to help drag. Taylor's not going to be taken down by one man, it doesn't look like tonight.
3rd and goal. They're going to go to Taylor again, and he is going to be put down at the 3. And the first man to hit him was Dayton Buckley. Taylor has been a big weapon for them so far. He has carried the load here on this first drive. We've seen Daniels throw the ball, but primarily it's been a run-first offense to this point.
You got him right down there on the 1-yard line, and, of course, as we've seen already twice in this drive, Dyer County going to go for it, 4th and goal at the 1.
4th and goal at the 1. Welcome to football in this era. Got your quarterback in the pistol.
Probably going to go to Taylor, though, right?
Yeah, probably. This is that same formation they did the toss on, and we've got a false start.
Union City out just a touch. Get him off of that. Get him off of that goal line at least. Put him back 5 more yards. Now it'll be 4th and goal, but at the 6-yard line. The question is, does Dyer County want to, put their kicker out there and try to put 3 on the board? Or looks like they're going for it here again. Don't really see much of a delay. They're just kind of waiting to see what call to get. You got to think 4th and 1 was going to be a straight handoff to Taylor, but now you kind of got to open up that toolbox a little bit more. Now, I would expect this to be one of those RPO situations where they'll give Landon Daniels an opportunity to run this one if he wants to, or trying to find somebody over the middle here.
Daniels claps his hands and throws it across the middle, and it is, if he hangs on to it, it's a touchdown. No indication yet. There it is on the far side of the field, and Dyer County is on the board 6-0 on a perfect throw and catch. Daniels to the receiver, and I'm trying to get that number. I don't know if that – it was Daniels on the throw, and maybe that was Mahomes on the catch. Didn't quite catch him. I was shielded there. He was in the middle of the field. But nonetheless, he makes the grab. And there's a bobble on the extra point, but it's set down and up and good. New score from War Memorial Stadium with 6:49 to go in quarter number 1. It's Dyer County 7, Union City nothing. And you're listening to it here from the Herman Jenkins Motors broadcast booth on Froggy 99.3 and RadioNWTN.com.
Got a leaky roof? Missing shingles? Or maybe it's time for a total roof replacement. No matter what your roofing needs, KB with ARS Roofing has you covered. From repairs and cleaning to full roof replacements and preservation, ARS Roofing is your trusted local expert, serving all of West Tennessee and Western Kentucky. Protect your biggest investment, your home, with the quality and care you deserve. Call ARS Roofing today at 731-636-9700 and schedule a free quote. ARS Roofing, making roofs look great again.
It was a 3-yard catch from Daniels to Barbie, and the score is now 7-0. Dyer County with a lead, and took some clock off of there too, about halfway through this first quarter. Even though they didn't really, that's not your prototypical drive. What a weird drive it was with a long kickoff return. Coach, we had, 2 or 3 false start penalties. Union City had some good defensive stops, but in the end, Dyer County is able to cash in their chips and get that opening touchdown. And on the return for Union City is Adrian Crawford in the middle of the field. He gets it near the 35, and that's where the Golden Tornadoes will take over 1st and 10 with their first possession tonight.
Yeah, you kind of feel like Union City did a heck of a job just to force Dyer County to fourth down on three of those, three of their plays right there in their possession, but just unable to get that final play, get that final defensive stop on any of them. And you look at that one holding penalty on a pass play.
So Jack Theobald in there at quarterback in the pistol. Man goes in motion, takes the handoff. That's Crawford around the end. He gets across the 40, and the ball comes out at the end of the play, and it is a fumble, and it's Dyer County ball at the 46-yard line of Union City. And in one play, the Golden Tornadoes turn it over, and the Choctaws will have it 1st and 10.
Yeah, definitely not the way you want to see this game started. We talked about it. Union City kind of had their backs against the wall last week, but was able to persevere. You don't want to continue putting yourself in that situation. And also, Coach talked about it. He's talked about it for a couple of weeks. In the scrimmage season, some problems taking care of the football. It did not cost him too much last week, but has already come up to bite the Union City offense tonight.
A timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. Here's our Dunn's Auto Body timeout as Union City wants to have a chat. And you're listening to it here from the Herman Jenkins Motors broadcast booth on Froggy 99.3 and RadioNWTN.com.
Looking for dependable machinery to complete your fleet? Thompson Machinery has what you need. Whether you're buying, leasing, or renting, we've got you covered with new and used CAT equipment and a large inventory at our CAT rental store. Complete your fleet or fill a gap on your job site with our reliable machinery. Find your next machine in our inventory. Call 888-720-1308 or visit a Thompson location near you. Thompson Machinery, your local CAT dealer.
Northwest Tennessee and Western Kentucky, it's time for a career change, and we know the perfect place for you. Tyson Foods in Obion County. Tyson Foods is hiring, and it's easy to apply. Just stop by and see the friendly staff at the Tyson Foods Hiring Center in Union City. Tyson is currently hiring for general production and many other positions, and they are looking to fill all shifts. Come see the team at the Tyson Hiring Center, located off Reelfoot Avenue in Union City. The Hiring Center is open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Come be a part of the Tyson team.
As we come back to action, Dyer County out of the timeout, and it was a near fumble as the quarterback.
Yeah, it goes an incomplete pass, but you heard me getting animated. You saw it. I think you already knew it was an incomplete pass. All I did was look up. I didn't know action had started back up.
And then the ball was on the ground, and
exactly.
It didn't have that normal, I guess you'd say, trajectory or speed that you would see from a throw. I guess it got tipped.
Right.
Ruled an incompletion. Union City had a chance there. And there's a handoff to Taylor, and he is going to be dumped in the backfield. And guess who? Yet again, Christian Jones. Have yourself a first quarter, young man.
Yeah, he's having himself a night. That was a situation where Union, again, they're getting great penetration against this Dyer County offensive line. And you kind of probably figure right there Daniels wishes he had kept that one himself. There was a little bit of running room there to the left, but three guys converged on Corey Taylor. No running room for him.
Clock moves under 6 minutes to play. Dyer County leading 7-0. It is 3rd and 13. Long down and distance here. They're going to throw it with two receivers either side. He is pressured, steps up in the pocket. He is going to be dumped at the 50-yard line. And this time it looks to be Elijah Simpson among others.
Yeah, you get that. I'm trying to find out who collapsed that pocket. Man, I got to keep my notes here. Number 6. Throw number 6 at me.
Rylan Robinson.
Rylan Robinson. He absolutely collapsed that pocket there on the left side, took that vision away from Daniels, and also took away his running lane.
Union City will stop Dyer County on that. They get the defensive stop. A Thompson Machinery defensive stop. And they've got two guys back there for the punt return, as the punt is a high wobbler that will bounce at the 20 and get a great Dyer County roll. They're going to down this inside of the 5 at the between the 3 and 4 yard line. What a perfectly placed punt for the Choctaws just when they needed it. So Union City now with their backs to their own end zone will have to drive 96 yards to get to pay dirt.
Yeah, Union City obviously don't love the field position, but just glad to get that ball back after watching Dyer County march it right down the field and then giving it to them right there at midfield.
Yeah, they're going to say officially at the 4. The nose of the football rests on the 4. This Theobald will have to be very careful down here. Of course, Union City likes to keep it on the ground, which helps. Here's a run up the middle. That's small, and he's going to get across the 10 or right at the 10 as he reaches it forward. And a nice 6-yard run on first down.
Yeah, it was a really nice run off a tackle right there. Great job of blocking on the left side of that offensive line. Because he basically had, 4 or 5 yards before he was touched.
Looking down there at that defensive front from Dyer County, they've got some big fellas down there. Jonathan Bird at 6'2", 265. Eric Cohen, 6'1", 293. They've got some beef down there. And the give will go to Small again. This time he tries the right side. They're saying there's another fumble. I'm not seeing any indication by the referees yet. They're going to have to talk the officials into it, and I don't think they're going to be talked into it. It is Small on the carry.
It's going to be tough running right there inside, but that was a really nice run by Smalls, too, as he's almost got him at the first down marker.
Yeah, 3rd and inches here. And they say they telling him to go ahead and move the sticks. 1st and 10.
Based on the spot, I did not think he had it. I'll just add 1 yard right there.
We'll take it, though.
We'll go 3 yards to 4 yards. Well, they still got 3rd and 1 up on the board, but yeah, no, way to look on the field. It's first down.
Herman Jenkins Motors first down, but hold the phone. Now
I think they got Dyer
marker.
County to jump because
Yeah, they did.
Yep.
So Dyer County going to march back 5 yards.
A lot of times you think that's a little movement on the offensive line, but wide receiver for Union City was clapping his hands and letting us know how that play was going to go. Yeah, but I was going to get down. It's going to be hard running that ball up the middle against that beef. But here's the thing. If you can move those offensive linemen off just a little bit, it's hard for them to regain. And if you can find that little gap in the line, which Small's done a couple times already here tonight, there'll be some running room for him, I think.
The ball was Small behind him. He'll give it to him, and he goes up the middle.
Minimal, but again with that 5 yard.
That was Logan Puckett, number 8, sneaking in there.
I think we said his name last week at all.
That's what I was about to say. That's why he snuck in there on me. And plus, you get down to those single digits, and an 8 can look like a 2 when a guy's bending over. So no offense there, Logan. But Logan Puckett getting a carry there. Gain of a few on that one. Brings up 2nd and 3. Ball's at the 21-yard line to the Golden Tornadoes. Fumbled on their first possession, trying to take it from inside of the 5 to the other end of the field. Here's a give. And around the end, 25-30 and out of bounds. And that is Rodney Jenkins with a lot of speed. Turned the corner on the Dyer County sideline and picks up another Herman Jenkins Motors first down for UC.
We saw Rodney Jenkins with a big gainer last week as well. He was able to get to the left sideline on that one tonight. Headed to that right sideline. Very athletic young man, and yeah, he's stout. He plays basketball for us too, and I'm telling you, he's solid. Sometimes Coach makes me stand in there and be the blocking dummy. You know what I mean? I don't like taking the hits from him.
I don't blame you. Here's Theobald. Will take it on his own, and a good run up the middle. Tough run. He's hit there at the end of the run, but able to bounce up, and he gains 7 or 8 on first down.
Theobald was able to attack the middle of that defensive line because they've hit the edges a couple of times, and they're shifting and moving that defensive line and just finding the gap. Big 8-yard pickup.
Approaching 2 minutes to play here in quarter number 1. Been kind of a long first quarter. Dyer County has thrown the ball a few times, and we've also seen some penalties, so it's kind of slowed us down. Here's Small, who will get to the line again. Another Herman Jenkins Motors first down. Right before he gets to the 40-yard line, he's dropped in part by Eric Cohen. And then also on the stop, they're going to credit number 30, Ryan Despain, 5'9", 155-pound linebacker.
Yeah, this is absolutely the name of the game for Union City. I'll be honest with you, Union City doesn't really want to score in a hurry. They love just to create these long, sustained drives that keeps Dyer County's offense off the field. I'd like to say it lets your defense rest, but most of the guys on defense are out there right now offensively too.
When you play 15, there's not many guys that aren't going both ways. Crawford trying to stretch this out, and he's going to be taken down out of bounds. That was dangerously close to being a late hit out of bounds. I saw that linebacker come in there. We just talked about him, Despain. He cleaned it up, but he was right there on the sideline. No penalty marker, only a gain of a couple.
Yeah, they'll say his momentum is what carried him to the ground and maintained that push.
And they're going to bring the cart out down there for Corbin Thompson.
Yeah, I see that now. You can see that.
I was wondering why there was a golf cart coming on the field, so that we will not see Corbin Thompson the rest of the game, and we hope it's not more than that.
Yeah.
As we see a penalty marker pre-snap.
Yeah, hopefully just precautious for the rest of the year, but again, you hate to see that. He was so important to the team, not only last week, but throughout last season.
Scored the first touchdown of the year last ball game. That 53-yard touchdown scamper.
But again, what are we seeing here? You're seeing a lot more players get involved and a lot more touches. So maybe that's how Union City will try to negate, the loss of Thompson tonight.
Something else I'll bring up right after this play: 2 men in the backfield behind Theobald. Now, one receiver here to the near side, one to the far. As the give goes and getting through there, that's Rodney Jenkins again. And he's going to have a Herman Jenkins Motors first down. And they are safely into Dyer County territory all the way down to the 42-yard line. So 1st and 10, and we still got 1:10 to go. So Union City still got a couple more plays. But this is now going to call into question, what's the game plan? And I hate to get into ifs and woulda, couldas, or shouldas, but what happens if Theobald goes down? Because Thompson was your backup.
Nah, we're not. We're not going to talk about that.
We won't worry about it till it happens.
Just keep handing the ball off and try to avoid that as a possible scenario. And there he takes it on the next drive, of course, or next play.
Takes it and
a good play.
Right side, yes, surges ahead. That's at least 6. He's going to come up short of the 35 at the 36. And they're going to say Bird made the tackle, made the stop. 30 seconds to go. Union City does not have to snap this one. Dyer County leading 7-0.
And they're certainly in no hurry. So I would think they are just going to take this one to the end of the quarter.
And that's exactly what they're going to do. So we have played one here at War Memorial Stadium. Dyer County leading Union City 7-0, but the Golden Tornadoes in Dyer County territory threatening to tie this ball game up. And you're listening to it all right here from the Herman Jenkins Motors broadcast booth. And a special thank you to our game day sponsors here in Week 2, NH Refrigeration, First Citizens National Bank, and Dunn's Auto Body here on Froggy 99.3 and RadioNWTN.com.
From custom application, precision ag, plant health products, seed varieties, financing, and more, we have it all. Here at Nutrient Ag Solutions, we are here for every kind of grower and every kind of operation. By providing these innovative tools, we help you be prepared for the ag industry of tomorrow. Contact your local Nutrient Ag Solutions to discover all the ways we can serve you and your operation. Be sure to like and follow us on Facebook at Nutrient Ag Solutions TN-WKY.
Beautiful night as the sun is set across the way from us, and just almost like a painting and a picture. Just a beautiful West Tennessee night as the cool
you an
breeze
artist?
starts to come into the wind.
You an artist kind of guy? Do you paint? Can you draw?
I don't paint, but I like good paintings.
Yeah.
Not the ones that are crazy, the actual stuff that looks like stuff.
Stuff that looks like stuff.
I guess realism. Maybe that's what that's called. I know nothing about art. I just like what I like. 1st and 10 on that carry by Small. It's another Herman Jenkins Motors first down. Big crowd across the way. No seats to be had over there on the Dyer County side. Still a big crowd here on the Union City half of the field. 11:42 to play. Dyer County leading 7-0. Theobald with Small behind him.
I like what we've seen so far on this drive. A lot of different players touching the football, a lot of positive yardage, some solid runs. Another good first down run right here.
Yeah, Small
again.
Carry, and also off that right side, they're getting a good push over there. Jones makes the stop, but not before Small could rattle off 4 yards. It's 2nd and 6 at the Choctaw 27.
That's what you do. You know, couple of carries here by Small, mix in Theobald run, and then let Jenkins get in behind a couple of guys. And Jenkins doesn't have a lot of experience, but one thing he's done, he's hit that hole tonight.
Here's Crawford and trying to stretch it out. And we've got a penalty marker coming in there late, and you have to wonder where that's thrown, if that may be some sort of holding, but it might be some. Could be a face mask,
right?
Could be something like that.
You hope as that, as that running back, as Crawford is trying to stretch it out, sometimes that defensive line gets a hand in there and grabs a piece of the face mask. You never know.
You think back to last week, Crawford got a touchdown the most unconventional way ever. He was just standing in the back of the end zone, a fumble, and he jumped on top of it.
That's on the offense, holding.
I think he actually identified the player, too. They do that now?
Yeah, we're not going to do it on the air, I don't think, right? I mean,
no, I'm just kind of a surprise. I just didn't know. I hadn't heard them do that. Of course, I'm not usually used to refs being mic'd up, or at least the mic actually working.
Come on, man, use your technology. Go ahead and tell the people how we figured out who had the touchdown reception.
Yeah, we went back and watched the
our own
replay.
broadcast.
Hey, yeah. And if you're listening on radio, want to watch, check us out on all our streaming platforms. Sports 731. We're on YouTube, X. We're just about everywhere. Download the app to find out more. Here's a toss to Small, who goes down initially and then knocked down by another defender. Finishing him off there, but I think he was already down, was Maddox Moore.
Well, he didn't think he was. He came down on the defenders, so he thought, might as well keep on running. No, I don't hear a whistle. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's 3rd and now 11.
So Coach Markle said, they're not going to air it out, certainly, but got to mix in a couple of passes here or there. There's the first one of the night.
And this is a worst-case scenario for a team like Union City with their style of offense. Not that they can't pick it up, but you're just not built for 3rd and 10s. But the way they've been pushing the pile tonight.
He just wants to pick up 5 or 6 right here so he can go for it on 4th and 4 or 5. He doesn't want to go 4th and 10, you know what I mean?
Right.
Well, they're throwing it.
Drop back. Here's Theobald, and it is going to be picked off. Picked off at the 20, 25-30, 35-40, 45, and is going to be grabbed by the ankles near midfield. And, yep, it was 13 who made the interception, and boy, has he made a difference here tonight. Keanthony Barbie is quite the player, offensively and defensively. We've said his name a lot. He was the one who had the touchdown catch, and right there had the interception. And the ball just floated too long, Coach, and had gave the defender the time to step in front of and make the pick.
Well, you had 3 defenders over there, Dyer County in a zone, forcing Union City to try to attack them underneath and just, see the pass, keep everything in front. Nice fake right here.
Fake to everybody, even me. Daniels keeps it. A little dose of their own medicine is what Dyer County's giving Union City. This time Daniels for a first down at the 37, between the 36 and the 37, and a Union City player down, back all the way back near midfield, laying on the tornado that's painted there. And this looks like more like a cramp than anything. He's stretching his leg out.
That's right. Thought we might see it last week. Maybe
didn't see it a ton.
It's cooled off. No, again, I only saw 2 guys have to come out, and that has been an issue in the past for all teams around here, especially the first 2 or 3 weeks. Is you dealing with the heat, and then it cools off a little bit.
But it happens to everybody. I was fortunate to go last night and call University of Tennessee at Martin and Oklahoma State, and UT Martin had a player that had full body cramps. He had to completely come out of the game and didn't get back in. So
how do you get a full body cramp? I don't even know what
that sounds
is. You
horrendous.
would think at my age I would probably wake up to that every day, but so far so good. I mean, everything hurts. I'm not going to say everything doesn't hurt, but I wouldn't call it a full body cramp at this stage.
That sounds like a nightmare. I don't even want to think about it.
Sounds like taking me to the hospital.
9:18 to go here in the half. Dyer County with a 7-0 lead and the ball after the interception. Dyer County has gotten an interception and a fumble from Union City here in the first half. Already 2 turnovers, and there is on the run, the Corey Taylor. And he takes it off that left side.
Yeah, not much room for him that time. Just maybe a yard and a half, it looks like.
Christian Jones and Dayton Buckley. Buckley, a 6 foot, 250-pound senior.
Corey Taylor certainly being the workhorse here in the first half. Already with 9, make it 10 carries.
Man, there's Taylor again, who takes the handoff and goes right between the center and left guard and just bully ball, pushed that pile by himself and picked up 4 or 5. It'll be 3rd and I'd say a long 4, if I had to guess.
Dyer County certainly got themselves in 4-down territory.
At the 31, yeah, you're in that no man's land. As we see the quarterback drop back, looking, pressured, rolls to his right. Now going to loft it up into the end zone. Had a man wide open, and it's anybody's ball, but incomplete. Knocked away there, but boy, it had everybody in the stadium holding their breath on both sides as Daniels
shaking up on that one.
Really kind of put that one up for grabs.
Yeah, he's shaking too. He's just now getting up off the turf. He held on to that ball for quite a long time there, trying to give his receivers. Oh, they're going to call roughing the pass right there. It looked like to me. I mean, he was up in the air, I know, and defender was already making a play on him. I was just fixing to say great play because it seemed like Daniels kind of held the ball a little bit too long right there, trying to let his receivers make a play for him down there and get open, and that allowed Union City to get right in there in his wheelhouse. But I never saw the flag.
I'll have to defer to you on that one because once that ball left his hands, I was just trying to track who he was throwing to and who may catch it. So I didn't even see the hit on the quarterback.
It was he lowered the boom.
So it'll be 4 fresh downs for Dyer County and the ball all the way down to the Union City 16. Daniels drops back. Here comes the pressure. It's a screen. Caught at the 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 into the end zone and touchdown. Touchdown made by Grant West. And you knew as soon as you saw those guys come free, Coach, or at least I did, that was going to be some sort of a screen, and West stepped inside, made the catch, and then weaved his way through the Golden Tornado defense into the end zone, and Dyer County's on the board for the second time tonight, leading 13-0.
Yeah, Landon Daniels, only 3 completions, but 2 of them have gone for touchdowns in the end zone.
So we'll see the extra point here. Attempt by Powell. Snap, set, kicks on the way, and it is good. New score from War Memorial Stadium with 7:47 to play in the half. Dyer County leads Union City 14-0, and we'll keep it right here. Maybe look at some scores. I don't want to get too far ahead on our breaks. One thing I'll talk to you about, Coach, for a moment, and one thing you and I don't think we've ever talked about this. Of course, we've only done baseball and softball together, so no really reason to talk about it. But tomorrow is really the opening of college football season. Are you a big college football fan?
Yeah.
I know you're a basketball guy.
Well, I'd rather watch football. Don't tell everybody I said that. I'd rather play basketball, but I'd rather Sundays are kind of busy for me. I just kind of sit there and watch football and then go to volleyball practice and come back and watch some more football and do it again on Monday and Thursday and everything else. No, I love it. And to me, like, I've almost loved what ESPN does. Back in the day, I like to put those air quotes out there. You could only watch whatever CBS or ABC or whoever was showing. It was Saturday, but now you can watch football pretty much any day you want to. I love the Mac Attack on Thursday nights, and I'm looking forward to some football tomorrow.
Big Ten's gone to a Friday night game that they feature, and I got a chance to take my son a couple years ago to Champaign to see Nebraska and Illinois. Yep. It's really –
Nebraska held on last night.
How about Nebraska?
I was watching that one, thought Cincy was going to come back and get them. I think a lot of Nebraska fans did too. Yeah, we'll talk here in a minute. Coach Dubriel and I, we share a loyalty in college football.
As we'll see Powell have it teed up, it's going to be a short pop-up kick along the right sideline, and Union City will let it go out of bounds. So that'll give the Golden Tornadoes good starting field position. Smart move over there by Crawford to let that one go out and not touch it.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Dubriel a little bit this week. I was teasing him a little bit about some of his roster type-ups, whatever. Well, he's got a filmer over there. It's like filmer extraordinaire or something. I said, man, leave it to you to do something like that. He said, yeah, I do that so the PA announcer has to announce it that way. I didn't know whether to say it to him, and so I didn't. So now I'll say it, and if he hears it, he hears it. I hope Coach Dubriel goes 1-1 this week. He's a Kentucky fan. We are both gluttons for punishment there, so I hope our Cats win, and I hope Union City finds a way to come back here tonight.
So you actually, I knew you were a Kentucky basketball fan, so you stick with Kentucky.
Oh yeah, man, I'm not one of those.
You're not one of those.
Like, oh,
I love Tennessee football.
I'm Duke in basketball, and I'm Alabama and football. No, man, it's Kentucky. Matter of fact, I'm going to watch Kentucky volleyball Sunday with. We're taking the volleyball team, and I'll have my Kentucky gear on there too.
See Jack Theobald lead the offense back onto the field. 1st and 10 from their own 35 as he turns around and fakes the handoff. Now a pitch, and this is Jenkins, comes near side, 40, 45, 50, and he's still on his feet into Dyer County territory. Took 4 Choctaws to bring him down, and finally the finishing blow comes from Davis Wright. But what a run, and a Herman Jenkins Motors first down. That's exactly what Union City needed to start this drive out, trailing 14-0.
Listen, Rodney Jenkins hadn't done anything but positive stuff with the football in his hands here tonight. We saw him have a really inspired run last week. Unfortunately, it finished with him standing over the top of somebody. Got the taunting. He kind of went back. But even that run last week was an outstanding run. And one thing about it, he doesn't have a lot of experience back there. But when he hits that hole, he hits another gear right there, and he's hard to bring down. 2
receivers to the far side. Man in motion, that's Jenkins. And they'll give to the first man through. That's Small, who is down to the 41. I thought maybe he got to the 40. They're going to say he ends up being down at the 41. And a 7-yard gain there on first down, making it 2nd and only 3. That's the way you want to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, you've got these multifaceted, offensive weapons here. Kind of pick your poison. I think maybe last week we were two-man show, Theobald with a lot of carries right there, but they're showing Dyer County that they're going to use a whole lot more weapons here tonight.
Theobald awaits the snap. There goes Jenkins in motion, and the handoff goes to Small. Small just barreling over, guys. 25 and almost to the 20. A Herman Jenkins Motors first down, and he is pumped up.
Yeah, you want to talk about an inspired run. He hit that hole, and a couple of guys tried to grab him down there around the ankles and the thighs, and he just kept shaking them off. Puts him at 50 yards now on the night. Again, he had a lot of carries last week, but not a lot of yardage to show for it. But everything nice and positive here. A couple of 6-yard runs, a 7-yard run, and that one about 20.
Look at the depth chart here. Small, 5'10", 185 pounds. He runs with a lot of fierce motion forward. That's what you always want, a guy that's running forward, falling forward, and we've got a
defensive lineman there across the line a little bit early, made contact, so Union City should get 5 freebies here. I did not see any movement against that offensive line.
Yep, encroachment on the defense, so 5 free yards. We'll take it even further into Dyer County territory. Now inside of the 20 at the 17. So in the red zone, the First Response Security Services red zone. So we'll see what Union City can do here on 1st and 5 at the 17 of the Choctaws. Theobald will give the handoff. It'll go off the right side, and a host of Dyer County defenders bring down the ball carrier as soon as they unstack the pile.
I think it was Small where that was.
It's Puckett again.
Yeah, Logan Puckett.
So Puckett's getting quite the run out there, spelling Small when he comes out. Of course, with Kerbin Thompson not in the game, that's probably why you're seeing a lot more Puckett.
Yeah, you're going to have to see that Puckett, sophomore.
Yeah, you talk about a young player out there, only a sophomore.
Oh, he got a first down, so that's 5 yards on that.
Okay, so picked up 5 on it. Herman Jenkins Motors first down. And the ball now rests at the 12. Theobald this time will call his own number, and he's going to get inside of near the 5. Hard to tell once they get down that far on that end of the field. I think he's going to be down around the 6.
Yeah, and your vision's better than mine. I can't tell who got out in front as that lead blocker, but, man, he sure was creating a seam for Theobald. I thought if Theobald could have made one man miss back there, would have found the end zone.
5-yard carry, and it is on the 6. Boy, this game really changes drastically going into the half with only 4:34 to go. If Union City can punch it in here and make it a one-score game. Theobald, again, will call his own number, but this time, as he falls forward, he'll gain a couple, but not much more before he's tripped up by that big Dyer County front.
Yeah, they're going to give him 3 on the gain.
Yeah, so he's going to have it 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2 with 2 plays to get it, of course.
And the other thing Union City doesn't mind about this is it continues to chew up clock. Just you hope to get it in the end zone, but you also hope to get it in there.
I think they'd like to get a first down right here and run another 2 minutes off that clock, to be honest with you. We're under 4 minutes right now.
Yeah, Dyer County is one of those teams, kind of like JCS last week. They can throw it up and they can score in a hurry. Here is Small on the give.
You got Jenkins out here running to the right. Theobald looking like he's rolling to the right. I never saw the ball.
And it goes
so
down
maybe a yard, half a yard right there. It's going to be 4. No, they
first
pushed it
and goal.
again. There you go.
Herman Jenkins Motors first down, and I'm relying on the board at this point to know where the ball is. I think it's around
they
the
got
2.
it down at the 1 on the
they say it's a
scoreboard.
1. Okay.
Oh, yeah, you can see the ball now. They've just separated. So, sure enough, nice run, nice gain.
Of course, Union City with 24 on the play clock.
Now, first and goal at the 1, you take 3 knees and then punch it in and watch that clock roll.
A bold strategy.
Yeah, of course not.
Let's see what they do here. It's
push. I think Theobald kept it maybe and tried to get a push behind his center in there. There's no indication.
Yep, Small that time took the handoff and really got tripped up there at the line of scrimmage. If he got anything, it was just an inch or 2.
So perfect. 2 or 3
That's
inches
exactly what you wanted to do.
Sure.
Just as long as
sure it is.
before you get out of downs, you're in the end zone. That's the game you're playing here. Well, they've done a really nice job painting up the field with all the TSSAA and UC emblems all over the field. Really makes it look like a college field almost.
They've added some purple here this week too. It's a lot more visible.
Here's a fumble on the ground, and I think Union City's going to retain it. Yeah, they're saying it is going to be 3rd down.
So I was joking, guys, when I said take the knees and let that clock run. Starting to get into a little bit more of a precarious situation now. You're going backwards, and that's the one thing Coach Markle said you couldn't do. Of course, he was talking about penalties at that time.
2:10 to play here before the half.
But they are going to get this thing under 2 minutes. That was kind of my goal. Of course, you gotta put points on the board, and I'm talking points. I'm talking a touchdown.
And the ball does go back to the 3.
Union City will get it back to start that second half too. Don't forget.
They do.
So you could go double whammy here if you can punch this one in, hold them, get it right back to start the second half.
See what Coach Nick Markle dials up here on 3rd and goal. Here is Theobald, and he takes it around that left side and plunges into the end zone for the Union City touchdown.
Yeah, he loves to call his own number down there inside the 5-yard line. And I think his guys knew he was going to smell the pay dirt right there, and they opened up a nice hole right there. I really don't know that he was touched, but he was able to just kind of roll himself into the end zone.
Nutrien Ag Solution touchdown with 1:36 to play in the half. See Landros attempt the extra point, the all-important extra point. Out there to hold it is Skates. And it is up, and it is good. New score from War Memorial Stadium. It's Dyer County 14, Union City 7, with 1:36 to go in the half. And you're listening to it all right here on Froggy 99.3 and Radio NWTN from the Herman Jenkins Motors broadcast booth. You're listening to WWKF 99.3 here on this beautiful Friday evening as Union City trails by 7 now after the Jack Theobald touchdown plunge from 3 yards out with 1:36 to play. The kickoff will be fielded short at the 25-30, going to the opposite side of the field, 35-40, 45, and that's where he's going to be put down. And Dyer County will have good starting field position. Neither one of these teams want to really kick off to each other, but still getting some decent kickoff returns.
Yeah, good field position both ways, certainly. As a Union City fan, I kind of don't want to say anything, but as a broadcaster, I have to point out that Union City was in a similar situation last week at this time. And let's just say that I may not be a big fan of the game show pressure luck, but right now I'm thinking no whammies, no whammies. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what's interesting is how both games to this point have been very similar. Union City had 2 turnovers last week. They've already got 2 turnovers tonight. Hopefully we don't see any more turnovers.
Oh, we had a timeout. I thought it was going to be a false start there as the Dyer County receiver had a big head start as he jumped across the line there, but it's because the whistle had blown.
Well, we'll keep it right here as we'll take a look at our Commercial Bank and Trust scoreboard. And right now, see if we get you the latest scores. As looks like JCS up 21-0 over DCA. It's Adamsville over Chester County 7-0. Brewston leads Gleason 7-6 at the end of the first quarter. Some of these scores a few minutes old. We could be a little further ahead than some folks. South Gibson on top of Milan at last report, 3-0 with 7:42 to go in the second quarter. Still a long way to go in that. Of course, Milan, that was one of the curious games for a lot of folks. Milan did not take Southside to task. And there were a lot of prognosticators out there thinking that Milan would not have that much trouble with Southside. But Southside beat JCM last night, too. So Southside really showing that they may be a much better team than people expected.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you never know.
I don't know anything about these teams.
Turnover, I know. Well, people have talked Milan being down a little bit, but, Milan's still Milan.
It's still got Mr. Football in the backfield. Here's Daniels on the throw out of the timeout, and it's caught right short of the sticks, and down to the turf he goes to stop the clock, and that is you-know-who again. That's Barbie, who's been so busy here in this first half. He's had a touchdown catch, an interception, and right there another reception to make it 2nd and 1 into Union City territory. They'll throw short, caught and rolls out of bounds. That's a first down for the Choctaws. And that catch made by Antonio Franklin. And timeout will be called by Dyer County with 61 seconds to go. And you can see what the strategy is here, Coach. Obviously, you knew it was going to be through the air, but Dyer County using that sideline to get out of bounds and give you some free timeouts, so to speak.
Well, and Coach Markle talked about how they are a big play team, and the receivers, some of the top receivers in this area. And so right now, Dyer County, even though they're what you would say, at the 45, 44-yard line right here, they feel like they've got a great chance to take this one and put it in. Still 2 timeouts in the bag right there, the first one they've used here in the half. So, they've certainly got the ability to try to attack over the top. So if Union City does try to pinch that sideline or push to the sideline, don't be surprised if they come out here and try to gas you over the top. And the rules in high school, of course, that clock will stop on first downs anyway. Probably wouldn't even have to use your timeouts until probably under, 20, 30 seconds or so.
Tennessee Vols take on Syracuse tomorrow at 8:30 for pregame. Kickoff will be at 11 o'clock. You can hear that one on WENK. As both teams are back out on the field, Dyer County's ready to go. Daniels in the gun, drops back, looks across the middle, and incomplete. Trying to make a one-handed grab is Barbie, and he's hit in the back. And I don't think he was going to catch that one anyway, but a good hit by the Union City defender to maybe jar the ball loose if he could have got both paws on it, but it's incomplete. And the clock will stop. 52.8 seconds to go. 2nd and 10 from the UC 44.
Yeah, whether he was going to catch it or not, credit Andre Small for being in the right place at the right time. Whether you call it jarring it loose or just putting it in the back of that receiver's head, I'm going to be here if you do try to come over the middle.
Again, Daniels will drop back looking. He's got some pressure now, rolls to his right and throws along the sideline. Incomplete. Somebody on the coaching staff made a good catch over there.
Union City with some good early pressure. I really thought that Dyer County was setting up a screen right there, but just saw it look like a couple of offensive linemen stood up, which is kind of indicative of that screenplay.
Dyer County looking for win number 2. They got that thrilling win over Dyersburg in a rivalry game last week, 35-34. And for Union City, still looking for win number 1. And it's only the second game of the season. 46.3 clicks left to go here in the second quarter. As Daniels will take the step back, and he'll step up in the pocket across the middle, caught, and he's going to go out of bounds at the 26. And the catch made by Hayward. First time we've seen him make a catch tonight, at least I have. Devin Hayward, 6'1", 170-pound target. And a big first down, and not just a big first down, but a whole lot of yardage. And with 39 seconds to go, Dyer County here could take some shots into the end zone.
Union City going to take another timeout?
Somebody's taking one. I wouldn't think it'd be Dyer County. Yeah. It is Union City. And, again, we'll just keep it here to make sure we don't miss the final few seconds of the first half. And we got our halftime show coming up. We'll see the Union City High School band perform. And I can say this because my daughter's in the band. I'm hoping they're adding more to it each week because that'll make us have to talk less.
What are you talking about, dude? You love to talk.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's no argument there. I used to tell people I could talk to a wall, but
well, that's what they used to call me. They used to call me the wall. So I guess that's what you do some nights.
Funny thing is, quick history of me that I'm sure nobody cares, but I used to get. I remember getting in trouble in school for talking all the time.
Never me. So you're alone on that island. Go ahead.
Here's the thing. And then, of course, I remember growing up, my mom used to always joke about how much I was into sports. She said, Chuck, you're not going to, you got to do something that makes a living. Well, guess what I'm doing? Ha, ha, Mom.
Same for me. I stunk, so I became a coach. You can't play, man. Yep. Coach it up. You broadcast. I coach. Now I don't do either one very well.
You just find out what you're good at and you go do it. As Dyer County comes out of the timeout, screenplay. And it's caught by Barbie. Barbie trying to get through the defenders, and he's going to be put down. It's going to be a 5-yard gain, but could have been a lot worse. Union City's defense really rallied to the ball there and was able to put him down after a 5-yard pickup. But he's a tough guy to tackle.
Yeah, he is.
He's very shifty. 31.9 seconds in timeout. And that's going to be called by Dyer County. They only have one more remaining. Union City, of course, out of timeouts. 14-7 our score. Dyer County not even going to take but just a brief second here to go to the sideline. This is just to stop the clock.
It is. They'd really like to play with pace anyway and keep this Union City defense on their heels a little bit. But you got to take that timeout to stop the clock, obviously. Just a little under 32 seconds left in this one. One timeout left. You would expect if they don't get a first down here, and it's a completion, they'll probably use the last timeout.
And I'm not sure what the range is for Powell. But
the second down right here, I kind of expect them to try to go ahead and go for broke, put something in the end zone, and then come back with that short underneath stuff if they have to on third down.
Barbie's been a popular target here in the first half. Watch out for number 13. Daniels with Taylor off his hip. He throws it down the seam, and it's caught by Barbie, and he is put down at the 2. What a tough catch between two defenders, and he took a lick. First and goal from the 2 for the Choctaws. And it's been the Barbie show here tonight.
Yeah, on both sides of the ball, as you mentioned.
Dyer County will call their third and final timeout, and they will have it first and goal from the 2.
They're at the 2, and they've shown the ability to get those receivers off the ball. They've also shown the ability to get physical. So you look for them maybe to have, a couple of pass plays right here now that they're out of timeouts, and then maybe on third down try to punch something in. But you never know. They may try to catch Union City sleeping and just go ahead and punch this one here from the 2 anyway.
And we've seen them run that play, maybe not as close in as the 2, but down here on the opposite end when they threw that slant into the end zone. So they're not afraid to throw it down here, but there is some danger in running the ball. You got to get lined back up quickly if you don't get in. I think they could certainly line up and get another playoff, but if you don't get in then, you're really in trouble.
Well, Daniels hasn't run the ball a lot tonight, but he's shown the ability to scramble. Don't be surprised if they throw a little RPO in him right here and give him that opportunity. Daniels has a lot of experience back there at the quarterback spot, so you trust him to throw it out of bounds, throw it away.
Daniel back there with Taylor.
One receiver here to the left, but Union City taking away that inside route for the time being.
Ball's on the far hash. They give it to Taylor. They push the pile forward, and there's the signal. Touchdown, Choctaws. Just some bully ball there on that right side. The offensive line got a great push, and Taylor was pushing them himself into the end zone, driving those legs, and really not what you want to see if you're a Union City fan with 21.2 seconds to go after you had tightened it up 14-7, now 20-7. But fortunately for Union City, they do get the ball coming out of the locker room, so they can get it back to a one-score game. It's not over. Union City is going to get an opportunity to get the kickoff and maybe a play or two. Powell on to attempt the extra point. Snap, set, kick on the way. Good. So the score from War Memorial Stadium now 21-7. Dyer County leading with 21.2. And the fans across the way. Marching band for Dyer County performing. See Union City get an opportunity here to get their hands on it one more play, and I'd have a feeling, a very strong feeling, Dyer County doesn't even mind if this ball, and they may do it, they may just kick it out of bounds. Why even give anybody an opportunity to return it?
Yeah, I don't know how much you watched last year, Union City. I know you called the Murray game with me, but they had a young man named Tahari Jones that you would be talking about him right now and talking about the fact that he has that ability to run one back. Adrian Crawford has maybe the athleticism to do the same. We haven't seen that yet, but this would be a great time for that to show up. But we've also seen nothing but pooch kicks on kickoffs tonight, so why would Dyer County change that?
Yeah, like I said, I would, if I was a coach, I wouldn't even mind it if he kicked it out of bounds. You get the penalty yardage because there's only going to be
the last time, I think. Yeah,
it's only going to be there's only going to be 20 seconds left anyway, and they're going to pop it up over on the right sideline. It is caught by Crawford, and Crawford is going to dance around a couple guys, and he's going to be down at the 39.
If you're Union City now, under 17 seconds left, no timeouts. I mean, I know you'd love to break something off right here, but to me, you just gotta take care of the football. No turnovers whatsoever. I don't know that they take a knee right here, but I would hate to see them try to attack through the air right now and give that ball right back to Dyer County.
Thanks to our game day sponsors here in Week 2, E&H Refrigeration, First Citizens National Bank, and Dunn's Auto Body. As Theobald trots to the huddle with a play call. Ball's on the far hash.
Maybe try to get Rodney Jenkins on the outside again and see if he can break one.
Two receivers come to the near side. One back behind Theobald. Now they put a man in motion from left to right. Here's a toss sweep coming here to the right side. He's got some room. 40, 45, 50. That's Small picking his way through, and it's a fumble picked up by Dyer County at the 45 as it was kicked back across the 50-yard line and put down at the 50. And picking that loose ball up is one of the big fellas up front. And that was Luke Bryant. So Bryant, the junior offensive lineman, defensive lineman, said, look at what I found. And to add insult to injury, you've got a Union City Golden Tornado player down. That's Crawford, but he has now bounced back up to his feet. Looked like he's all right. He's going to stay in there.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that's probably your safe call right there. I was saying something about Jenkins, but Andre Small with a lot more experience there as a ball handler, so you put it in the sure hand. I would like to have seen him try to bounce that one outside, see if he could get to the sideline, maybe stop that clock, but Dyer County did a really great job of pressing him back into the middle of the field also.
Now, interesting play call here for Dyer County. They could –
oh, they'll go for it. I mean, you get a pass interference somewhere down there, give yourself another shot.
They got to throw it up here with 5.4 remaining. Ball's on the near hash of the 40-yard line, trips to the near side. He's got time, steps up in the pocket. Great protection, heaves it into the end zone, and it's going to be caught. Caught for a touchdown.
Two receivers were there. Who came down with it?
Grant West with the reception. Nobody home for Union City against West. And I was holding my breath because I saw West open thinking, man, oh, man, I hope that ball's overthrown or underthrown because if it's on the money, there's nobody there to knock it away. And it's a Dyer County touchdown with 5.4 remaining. A 40-yard touchdown pass from Daniel to West. And now the complexion of the game changes completely. It's 27-7. Powell on to give this extra point a try. The kick is up. And it splits the uprights. Our score at the half, Dyer County 28, Union City 7. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll give you our first half thoughts, stats, and analysis. Also check some scores, and we'll hear from the Union City Golden Tornado Marching Band, all right here from the Herman Jenkins Motors broadcast booth on Froggy 99.3 and RadioNWTN.com.
At Jerry Ward Autoplex, we want you to drive home the best vehicle at the best price. And did you know many of our vehicles are factory program vehicles that manufacturer employees drove for a year or less? These are trusted, basically new vehicles at pre-owned prices.
We got a great family vehicle, plenty of room, with low miles, still under warranty, at a very affordable price.
Like I always said, don't dream it, drive it.
Your business is unique, so protecting it should be tailor-made. Unlike those one-size-fits-all nationwide security companies, First Response Security Services offers custom solutions tailored to your organization's needs. We even work around any stipulation you have. First Response actually sends real people to support you. You're not just a number in a database. You get the personal touch and real local support whenever you need it. Serving Northwest Tennessee for 15 years. Call us today.
Halftime here at War Memorial Stadium from the Herman Jenkins Motors broadcast booth. Halftime presented by the Union City Board of Education. As you can see on our cameras, the Union City Golden Tornado Marching Band taking the field. At the half, it's Dyer County leading 28-7, and I'll give it to Coach with our stat update. Our stat update brought to you by Reynolds Brothers Tire Company in Union City and Martin.
Yeah, obviously a nice game there by the Dyer County quarterback Landon Daniels here in the first half. He's got 3 touchdown passes in the game. Daniels to Barbie in the first quarter for a 6-yard touchdown, made it 7-0. That's where it stayed at the end of 1. Then to start the second quarter, it was Daniels to West on a 16-yard completion, made it 14-0 Dyer County. Union City marches it right back with Theobald going 3-yard plunge right there. He cut the lead in half, made it 14-7. But then it was all Dyer County for the rest of the second quarter. Corey Taylor with a 2-yard run, and then it was Daniels to West with that 40-yard completion to end the half. Dyer County leads this one 28-7. Mentioned his name again. Landon Daniels has 3 touchdown passes completed here, 125 yards in the first half. Those passes have gone to Antonio Franklin, 2 receptions for 11 yards. Grant West, 2 receptions for 56 yards, both of them touchdown catches. You've called his name quite a few times on both sides of the ball. Anthony Barbie with a nice first half, 4 catches, 41 yards, a touchdown mixed in there. And then Hayward also with a 17-yard catch and run. On the ground, Union City doing a nice job again with that defensive line. They've held Dyer County to 38 yards rushing total. Corey Taylor doing most of the work there. He has 27 yards and a 2-yard touchdown run as well. 163 total yards for Dyer County. For Union City, Jack Theobald has 1 completion in the first half. That's a 6-yard gain. It went to Andre Small. And then a lot of hands, getting work here in the first half on the ground for Union City. Jack Theobald, 25 yards on 6 carries, one of those a touchdown run. Andre Small, 58 yards on 10 carries. He does have that fumble there to kind of end the first half. Rodney Jenkins, just 3 runs, but he's been very productive, 36 yards. Logan Puckett, a couple of runs there for 7 yards. Adrian Crawford, 2 carries, 9 yards, also with a fumble for him. 135 yards on the ground, 141 total yards of offense for Union City.
Again, thanks for that stat update, Coach, as that's brought to you by Reynolds Brothers Tire Company in Union City and Martin. Let's hear from the Union City Golden Tornado Marching Band.
Drum major Byron Abbott, is your band ready? Union City Golden Tornado Marching Band, you may take the field in performance.
And that was the Union City Golden Tornado Marching Band as they are heading off the field, and they're adding to the show each and every week. They've got some props out there this week, and a great job by those young men and women as they continue on and get ready for their competition season, which will be right around the corner. You're listening to the Union City Halftime Show here, presented by the Union City Board of Education, as we are at the half here from War Memorial Stadium with 10 minutes to go until the second half. Dyer County leads Union City 28-7, and we will step away for 3 minutes. We come back as we are from the Herman Jenkins Motors broadcast booth on Froggy 99.3 and RadioNWTN.com.
Extreme Customs Midtown Motors, located at 903 South 1st Street in Union City, Tennessee, offers a wide range of tires, wheels, leveling kits, lift kits, and accessories. Call 731-885-7373 or visit their website at midtownmotors-tn.com for new inventory. Dustin or Brian can help you find your next ride. Financing is available with approved credit. Extreme Customs Midtown Motors, the best prices around.
Celebrating 45 years in business, E&H Refrigeration is your trained comfort specialist. We are Northwest Tennessee's heating and cooling experts with locations in Martin and Paris. If you're in need of a new Trane HVAC system, we have you covered. Give E&H Refrigeration a call today in Martin at 731-587-9675 or in Paris at 731-407-9121. Let us bring you comfort you deserve with the quality you count on. E&H Refrigeration, your Trane dealer.
A good foundation. At Allen Searcy Builder Contractors, they know that it's the essential part of having a successful project, but it's also an important element in each relationship with their clients. Understanding and protecting the interests of each business they serve is why Allen Searcy continues to be the source for major commercial projects in our area for over 40 years. Allen Searcy Builder Contractors can help you with your project from concept and design all the way to construction. Call 885-7633 or go to allensearcy.com.
When you're craving the perfect cut, steaks that sizzle, savory sliced bacon, fresh salmon, juicy pork chops, and the tastiest chicken around, head to the meat shop in Union City. Need dinner and a snap? Grab frozen meals and fresh vegetables too. Always the perfect cut, always friendly service. Located at 1106 South 1st Street in Union City. Come to the meat shop. It's what's for dinner.
Accidents, dents, and dings happen. And when they do, bring your vehicle to Dunn's Auto Body, proudly serving the area since 1963. Our family-owned business provides top-quality repairs you can trust. Our technicians are ready to restore your vehicle to its best. We are open Monday through Friday from 8 to 4. Come see us at 1318 Stad Avenue or call us for a quote at 731-885-0535. Dunn's Auto Body. Get it done and get it done right.
At Jerry Ward Autoplex, we want you to drive home the best vehicle at the best price. And did you know many of our vehicles are factory program vehicles that manufacturer employees drove for a year or less? These are trusted, basically new vehicles at pre-owned prices.
We got a great family vehicle, plenty of room, with low miles, still under warranty, at a very affordable price.
Like I always said, don't dream it, drive it.
And back here from the Herman Jenkins Motors broadcast booth as we're nearing the start of the second half, 6:40 to go in halftime. Dyer County leads it 20-0. As we'll take a look at some of the scores from around the area. As we'll pull that up. See what's going on. Of course, download our Sports 731 app to keep up with everything going on in high school sports here in the 731. We cover a lot of schools, so get on there and check it out. It's Peabody leading Humboldt 14-0 at the half. Hardin County on top of Kip 28-6. That one in the second quarter. South Gibson at the half leading Milan in a defensive juggernaut, 3-0. Yeah, another a baseball game has broken out over there. So some other scores we'll give for you. One of the schools off tonight. Westview's not playing. That's why we're not giving you a Westview score. We saw Gleason's in action. They were trailing Brewston earlier, 7-6, but that one was still early in the matchup. We'll give you that scoreboard update presented by Commercial Bank and Trust. Coach, just some overall thoughts about the first half. What did you think you saw from Union City? Obviously, some things that you don't want to see, some turnovers, and then just the way the half ended was tough.
Well, I mean, that's it. Turnovers. I mean, turnovers have been, a killer so far. I started writing them down. I may have missed one, but, the very first play of the game for Union City, not counting the kickoff return, on their first drive, one play, one turnover. Turned the ball over right there at the 46. Did a pretty good job, though, defensively after that. And defense kind of tried to keep them in a couple times. Then in the second quarter, you got, the pick that was thrown into what looked like, a zone defense there for Dyer County, at least 2 or 3 defenders in the area. You'd like to have that one back. And then, of course, the fumble here you just basically, I said don't take 3 knees, but in, retrospect, I guess that would have been a better option. Right now, I wouldn't have done it either. I think they were trying to break off a big run. If you get it to midfield, maybe you take a shot at the end zone. I don't know that they do. Maybe they, try to get one more little outside scheme sort of run, try to break something down that sideline. Unfortunately, the ball hit the ground, and it didn't take too long for Dyer County to make Union City to pay right there. We talked about penalties last week, and this week we're going to have to talk about the turnovers, unfortunately.
And actually, speaking of penalties, one thing that has been a good sign for Union City is they've cleaned it up. I don't have the total number of penalties. I don't know if you track them.
I do. It's 27. You take away, which you can't take any away, but I hated the late call there on the roughing the passer. That was 15, almost half, or a little bit over half, actually, of the 27 yards of penalty that Union City had to deal with there in the first half. But that one, to me, that was kind of the backbreaker because that was, I believe that was a 2nd and 10 or 2nd and 11, would have made it 3rd and long. And you kind of think.
I think that was it on I thought it was on a 3rd down.
It could have been 3rd. Whatever it was going to have Union City in a really nice defensive position to again, get a stop and turn them away. But just 2 or 3 plays after that, and Dyer County scored again.
Yeah, 3:35 to go, and again, our broadcast next week will originate from Riverside at 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff, 6 o'clock will be Murphy Fair. If you enjoy listening to that, that's what time that will be on, so you can give that a listen. And we'll be on the air again at 6:30 with our pregame show. I will not be on the broadcast next week. I'll be in El Paso, Texas. So I'll be.
Am I doing it by myself?
No, you're not doing it by yourself. There'll be somebody here. But I'll be back the very next week for that fun trip to Crittenden County. You've been up there before? I mean, maybe for basketball?
Yeah. I spent 5 or 6 years there in Kentucky as a basketball coach. We've been a lot of different places back there.
I'm gonna put you on the spot because we got a little time here, 2:36 to go and counting, and who knows what they'll put back on the clock. They'll probably put another 5 minutes. Neither team is out on the field. In fact, Dyer County's bands across the way.
Don't put me too much on the spot.
No,
if you're going to do something, this is 30 years ago.
No. This is an easy one.
Oh, okay.
You may have to think about it for a second, but favorite venues you've been to. You don't have to do. I'm not asking you to do Tennessee and Kentucky separate.
You're talking about as a coach?
Yeah. Well, I mean, just going to like it is in the high school level mainly. So as a coach, a player, maybe.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite venues? And you've been to quite a few football, calling games on the radio. What are some of your favorite venues?
As a basketball coach, there's only one place I want to be. That's Murfreesboro.
Yeah,
the Glass House. That's it. That's the goal, man. I like watching games there. We're talking coaching? Yeah, no, I mean, Union City, obviously, right?
Oh, yeah. Wonderful facilities here
awesome.
and even better ones coming. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Gonna have a nice basketball facility there. One of my favorite places to coach, you kind of put me on the spot, but you also put me in a bad situation. I enjoyed coaching in the old gym there at OC. When I first got there in 04, it was still, the barn, whatever you want to call it. Just so much history there. It was one of those places where, and I like the new school. Don't get me wrong. We moved into the new school. By the way, it's a trivia thing there. I think I'm the only head coach that coached in both gyms as a head coach because Coach Cale, who is now our boys head coach here, was the new head coach there at OC when we moved into the new school. But I made that transition in. But it was one of those where you talk about home field and home court advantages. That place was it, man, because the walls were right there on top of the floor, and the players were too. But had a lot of success here at Union City coaching the girls basketball. Obviously, a dream season back in 2014. So most of my good memories are there. And then some of the tournaments that we went and played in, I think South Fulton was nice to play in because we won a regional championship over there the year that we were going. It's really not about the places. It's about what we did in those places, I guess, that were kind of special, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's the same with me because I know with basketball gyms, I grew up going to Westview games and games for watching all the local teams, really. And I remember going as a kid numerous times to Gibson County High School. They were always hosting tournaments and regions and district tournaments, so got to spend a lot of time there and have a lot of good memories there. But it's just some really unique gyms and facilities. And I got to spend about 5 years down in the state of Alabama, North Alabama, before I moved back here, and going and seeing their gyms. Not as good as our gyms, but still some of the quirks and features that they had were very interesting. In fact, I'll tell you, this might blow your mind, but you may tell me it's more common up here than I realize. Up until about, I'd say 3 or 4 years ago, most of the gyms in North Alabama didn't even have, unless they were brand new, didn't have air conditioning.
Oh, yeah.
So, I was blown away. I thought, man,
You're talking about still or back in the day?
No, up until about 3 or 4 years ago. They they just now got it.
Okay. I was going to say, at Fulton City, when I first started out there, that was my first head coaching gig in '93. We didn't have air in there, and I loved it because people came in not ready for it. Now, it's basketball season, so it's not that bad sometimes, but I thought it made us in the best shape of our lives because we're practicing in July and you got no air and you just get up.
Wringing wet.
You don't complain about anything because it's hard work, but you expect it to be hard work. You did put me on the spot. I wish I could pull up Coach T. I can't remember who our boys basketball team played 2 or 3 years ago in a sub-state game, but that was a really special place too. We went on the road. It was in Middle Tennessee. I cannot remember the school.
You just tell us
probably
next
somewhere around Dickinson. But anyway, it was one of those old – it was like the old it's like playing in Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's like that. It's kind of the theater. You had part of the end zone crowd. I'm talking about a basketball stadium, basketball gym. But they're kind of like undercover almost. Their roof a little bit shorter than the rest.
Never seen that
of
at a high school level.
It was really cool. It was a really cool place to call a game.
Let's take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the start of the second half. You're listening to the Union City Board of Education halftime show as Dyer County leads Union City 28-7 from the Herman Jenkins Motors broadcast booth here on Froggy 99.3 and RadioNWTN.com. We open the third quarter from the Herman Jenkins Motors broadcast booth here at War Memorial Stadium. Union City has the football after the kickoff at the 34-yard line, their own 34. Here's the pitch to the near side across the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, touchdown, Adrian Crawford. All it took was one play, and Union City is on the board in the second half, and they cut into that lead 28-13.
Look, that's what we've been looking for a couple of years. We've talked about his speed, his athleticism, his burst, and he showed it on that one because he found that hole out there to the outside, and then there was nobody going to catch him right there. We talk about again, he's a track star. He's a state champion, multi-sport.
Nutrient Ag Solution touchdown. Landros on to attempt the extra point. Clock stop with 11:46 to play, and his kick is up, and it is good. So the score now 28-14. Union City has got it back to a two-score game. And you think about all the things that have kind of gone wrong for the Golden Tornadoes so far tonight. I mean, especially those turnovers. Yep. And then that long pass play there at the end of the half with a guy open in the end zone. And really, still, you've got it a two-score game. But what this is going to come down to, unlike last week, Coach, is Dyer County is having a little bit more offensive success than JCS was last week.
Yeah, well, Union City is going to have an opportunity, though, to make some adjustments, you would hope, and kind of change the way they're attacking defensively as Dyer County got them through the air. And it's kind of what we saw last week with JCS. Not a lot of success on the ground, but just enough success through the air. And, I've been really impressed with Daniels, but there were a few times there defensively where Union City was able to put some pressure on him and force some errant passes. Hey, and who said Union City's not a big play team right there? 66-yard touchdown run. That's one way to keep from turning the ball over. Just take your first possession, take it to the house.
So let's see Landros, who has it teed up at the 40-yard line, kicking from left to right. And it's going to be a kick fielded at the 22, 25-30. Stiffs arms the man. 35-40, and he's taken down around the 45. The return taken by Hayward. And for Union City's defense, if you want to be a glass half full kind of person, last week they pitched a shutout in the second half. Yes, I know JCS scored a touchdown, but that was a special teams play. So that wasn't on the defense.
No. Well, again, they've gone in and made some changes, tweaked the way they're going to defend back there in the secondary. And now you just ask this defensive front, you kind of explain to them, guy, we're not going to give you a whole lot of help maybe back here. In the gap stoppage, we need you to really lean on this offensive line for Dyer County. Hold them where they're at. And I don't usually throw stuff in there when people text me, but since it's our boss, I got to say, Jordan Taylor, thank you very much. He's out there listening to us. It was Giles County, by the way, the game that we called there. And it was a really fun gym to call a game.
It's a long way away, too.
They all are, especially on school nights, and I think that one was, if I remember correctly.
Southern part of the state. Pre-snap penalty called against Dyer County. It's going to be offsides on the offense. Somebody lined up offsides. So Dyer County has really committed some
Well, they have.
penalties
But now
tonight.
be careful because it's been a bunch, but they've all been the 5-yard
Yeah, they're
variety.
just a 5-yard variety. But what drives you nuts about that as a coach, those are all mental errors.
That's right.
And here's a fake handoff, and
Fumble.
they throw it out to Barbie, and it is fumbled.
He was able to
and it'll
knock
go
it out of bounds. Two defenders there for Union City with a chance. I'm going to say that was intentional. That was heads up. That number 13 for Dyer County just swatted that ball out of bounds to make sure they maintain possession.
Of course, we don't have replay in the state of Tennessee. Some states do have it, but they are going to call that incomplete. That's what I thought.
Did they?
I thought that there was a chance that he did not secure that ball and make enough of a football move. Like I said, I don't have replay here, but the officials on the field called it incomplete, so it's 2nd and 10.
Well, we've got replay on our
we got replay.
on our phone.
Didn't change what the call is.
No.
Taylor takes it off the right side on a little misdirection and gets it to midfield.
Yeah, big 5 or 6 yard gain.
Just over midfield crosses the midfield mark, and it is at the 49 of Union City. So Dyer County into Golden Tornado territory again with 11:08 to play in the third. Let's see from the gun. Daniels will hand off to Taylor over there on that right side. They're getting a heck of a push on that right side of the line, and he has another first down to the 45, make it the 44. 51, Buckley on the stop.
I think you've seen that adjustment, and Dyer County probably anticipated as well. I would expect we're going to get a heavy dose of Corey Taylor here in the second half as Union City trying to get a few extra guys back there in the back to help out on some of these pass plays.
Two receivers to the near side, one to the far. Fakes the handoff to Taylor. Sidesteps a man, does the quarterback. Daniels throws it out here in the flat, caught at the 40, and he is trying to outmuscle two defenders, but Adrian Crawford in small finally finish him off. And on that catch for the Choctaws is Colwick, the tight end, 6'5", 180-pound tight end. A big target for the quarterback. That time he found him, and it is 2nd and 2 from the Union City 36. They'll have two receivers here to the near side as they'll hand off to Taylor. Taylor picks his way over there on that right side, again behind that right guard. He picks up another first down to the 33 of UC.
Yeah, had the first down anyway. Unfortunately, Union City picked him up and threw him forward a little bit. Picked up an extra 2 yards, it looked like.
Dyer County with the football, leading 28-14. Clock is at 9:52 and counting in the third. Dyer County will come set. Here is the handoff to Taylor, and he's going to get dumped in the backfield and getting through for the defense. Trying to catch that number 22. Hadn't called that young man's name here tonight. That is B.J. Boyd. Who got in there.
Boyd, the first one, there were 2 or 3 defenders in there putting pressure, able to push him back.
He's a freshman.
Like a loss of 3 or 4.
It's a youth movement out here for Union City.
It's got to be.
Yeah, they're going to have to use a lot of guys. Last week they only played 15, 16 players. Tonight you're going to see a few more names that we didn't see. Obviously, since if you're just joining us, Kerbin Thompson going down with an injury. It's carted off. Looked like a lower leg, left leg injury.
You hope precautionary, but you don't love to see the golf cart come out for anybody.
Now, as we say that, Dyer County has a player down across the way. And when we return, it'll be 3rd and 13. We'll step away for just a moment. You're listening to Union City High School football as Dyer County leads at 28-14 from the Herman Jenkins Motors broadcast booth here on Froggy 99.3 and RadioNWTN.com.
For decades, Commercial Bank and Trust Company has been the bedrock of our community. When it comes to doing business, we have perfected the art. I'm Greg Dozier, and I'm proud to be part of a community bank that prioritizes its customers above all else. To us, you're not just a number, you're family. At Commercial Bank, we promise an experience that leaves you smiling and fully satisfied. Your financial well-being is our top priority, because when it comes to banking, your choice matters. Choose Commercial Bank and Trust Company today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Here in the Herman Jenkins Motors broadcast booth, and this injury looks like could take a little while. Both teams have taken knees, and they've got several medical personnel out there taking a look. Not sure who the young man is. He's been down on the turf on the far side of the field and went down in the scrum and didn't really get a chance to see who it was. But
you would assume it's one of the linemen over there, right? You think, because they were trying to get out wide. And
well, what you worry about in these plays, and again, I'm not saying this is what happened on this play, no speculation at all, but, you worry about offensive linemen. They get rolled up on a lot, and then when they get rolled up on the back of those knees, you could really see some nasty injuries. Now, it may not even be an offensive lineman, but, you see that play sometimes on plays like that, and unfortunately looks like they've got – law enforcement now on the field. They've got a walkie-talkie, so they may be calling for maybe medical personnel to come out and
You hope not. But the last time, last year, the last time you saw officers on the field, they were waiting for an ambulance to get here. But you look across the way, and, of course, you see the Dyer County players all taking a knee. But nice to see this on the Union City sideline, the exact same thing. You know, these guys, they're warriors, so to speak, and you know, they really go at it toe-to-toe, shoulder pad to shoulder pad, helmet to helmet, whatever. But at the same time, a lot of respect by both sides, and a lot of respect being shown right now by the Union City players.
Clock is stopped with 8:55 to go here in the third. Dyer County with the ball, 28-14. Union City trailed 28-7 at the half. One play was all it took for the Golden Tornado offense. 66 yards later, Adrian Crawford on the toss sweep here to the near side took it into the end zone on the north end of the field, and then Union City kicked off to Dyer County, and they have driven down to the Union City. Well, it's not at the
34.
It's not on the 3-yard line. I can promise you that. Yeah, 34-yard line, 33.
I wonder why you were looking at the scoreboard. It's not the 33, 34-yard line right here. And you got to think about the emotions, what's going on emotionally on both sides of the ball right now, because Dyer County, you know, they got a player down right there. And so you wonder, you know, how they're going to recover, how they're going to react after this, watching their teammate go down. And, again, we're not speculating, but this long of a delay, police, you know, law enforcement out there, usually that means they're you know, on the way with an ambulance. But at the same time, Union City, who, I mean, had obviously the best play of the year so far, that 66-yard touchdown run, and their defense really standing up right here and forcing a 3rd and 11. They had some momentum building up, and now they've got to, you know, kind of sit and wait a little bit. So both teams having to deal with emotions, and they'll both have to get ramped up and amped up after you know, this young man is taken care of.
Union City's opponent next week will be Riverside, but right now Riverside trailing Lexington at the half, 13-0. Adamsville leads Chester County 7-3 at the half. That was a low-scoring affair. At the half, Bolivar shutting out Lakeland 10-0. And it's Hardin County over Kipp at the half, 35-6. And I think we can hear some sirens in the background. So,
yeah, sometimes they're right here on site, but not always. So this is one of those situations where they're going to have to wait. And, of course, I'm sure they're moving some vehicles around and making sure they can get them in. That's the thing. There's this back parking lot right back here behind the multi-purpose building, so they'll be able to have pretty quick and easy access to the field.
And we were talking about it earlier, and again, I don't want to, not that I'm glancing over on what's on the field, but again, there's only so much you can say. You don't want to speculate or anything like that, and they're taking care of the young man. So, you know, just trying to pass the time here talking about some of the other things going on in the sports world. We've got college football, the opening day tomorrow, and we'll take a 3-minute timeout as with 8:55 to go in the third quarter, Dyer County leads Union City 28-14 from the Herman Jenkins Motors broadcast booth here on Froggy 99.3 and RadioNWTN.com.
When you're on the hunt for the perfect vehicle, what are the things you're looking for? Is it brand, features, color, size, or something else? The good thing is Herman Jenkins Motors can help you find that vehicle that checks all the boxes for you. With multiple brands to choose from, such as Chevrolet and GMC, their staff will work hand in hand with you to make the car buying process as easy as possible. And their service department will take good care of your car after the purchase. Visit them today in Union City or online at HermanJenkins.com.
At Reynolds Brothers Tire Company in Union City and Martin, they carry Cooper, Michelin, and Goodyear tires. They carry all major brands and many private brands too. They even go the extra mile for their customers with a service package that includes road hazard, free fixed flats, and lifetime balancing. Reynolds Brothers, nobody beats their customer service. Reynolds Brothers Tire Company, 400 East Church Street in Union City and 505 North Lindell Street in Martin.
At Orr Investment Management, we believe everyone deserves a clear path to their goals. Jamie Orr and his team have offered personalized securities and advisory services tailored to your unique needs for nearly 20 years. Take the necessary steps to secure your financial future today. Visit Orr Investment Management at 1208 Edward Street in Union City or 849 Volunteer Drive in Paris. Your future is our focus.
Securities and advisory services offered through LBL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member FINRA, SIPC.
Your business is unique, so protecting it should be tailor-made. Unlike those one-size-fits-all nationwide security companies, First Response Security Services offers custom solutions tailored to your organization's needs. We even work around any stipulation you have. First Response actually sends real people to support you. You're not just a number in a database. You get the personal touch and real local support whenever you need it. Serving Northwest Tennessee for 15 years. Call us today.
Kaiser Pharmacy, Union City's only locally owned and operated pharmacy, serving our community for over 20 years. For more than just prescriptions, our services include immunizations, wellness consultations, compounding, med syncing, and even mastectomy supplies. We are excited to introduce our newest offering, Kaiser Wellness, powered by pharmacists, with our exclusive line of supplements and vitamins. Shop online at kaiserwellness.com or exclusively at Kaiser Pharmacy. Plus, shop at our boutique, Miles and Bishop, while you wait, or online 24/7. Experience the difference at Kaiser Pharmacy.
Looking for dependable machinery to complete your fleet? Thompson Machinery has what you need. Whether you're buying, leasing, or renting, we've got you covered with new and used CAT equipment and a large inventory at our CAT rental store. Complete your fleet or fill a gap on your job site with our reliable machinery. Find your next machine in our inventory. Call 888-720-1308 or visit a Thompson location near you. Thompson Machinery, your local CAT dealer.
Here in the Herman Jenkins Motors broadcast booth from War Memorial Stadium, 28-14 the score, as we have been in a long delay here, 8:55 to go in the third quarter, as Dyer County has a young man down on the field, and they have called out the ambulance to come assist, and they're still down there working on him.
And again, we haven't confirmed who it is.
Don't know who it is, don't know where or what it could possibly be, but let me tell you, he's in very good hands because there's about 20 people down there around him.
Yeah, and that coaching staff has stayed right there by his side as well. Nobody's worried about the next play. There again, if you're watching our live stream, you can see the Union City guys. Those were the guys that were on the field, still huddled out there on a knee, just trying to, again, showing that respect for that young man while at the same time trying to keep their minds right, because the football game is going to go on here again in a few minutes. They're in the distance. Well, you can't see it now, but the ambulance did come, as we had mentioned, is out there on the field now, and they're going to stabilize. But, again, that's precautionary. Anytime anything like this happens, they're going to make sure to stabilize and figure out what exactly the issue is. Once you get him situated, probably get him on that board and get him comfortably in the back of that ambulance.
Take a look at some more scores as we wait, just to kind of keep you updated with what's going on the area. I know everybody's mind is on the young man, and now his teammates are going to come out on the field and wish him well, as he will be taken to the hospital. Obion County is we got one final tonight. Obion County has shut out Gibson County 46-0. That one's already over. Milan has jumped on top of South Gibson 7-3 with 11:20 to go in the fourth. That scoreboard update brought to you by Commercial Bank and Trust. And they're going to call this game? Dyer County's heading off the field.
I mean, I wouldn't think so. I wonder. They're not going to take a whole nother.
They're going to the locker room.
Halftime-ish break or anything to regather, but we don't We don't know. It may be.
Yeah, Dyer County is headed to the locker room. So I don't know. I've never seen this before. But they have taken their team off the field. And Union City is sitting at the 15-yard line, or standing at the 15-yard line, all the players watching the Dyer County team walk off the field. None of the fans really moving here. And now Union City's going off the field.
Yeah, we know that the officials are mic'd up. We've heard them making some calls earlier in the game, obviously, so we will just have to sit tight and get word. We would think we would hear from them on the field first. This could be, again, just taking another break, maybe like a shortened halftime sort of thing, you know what I mean? Usually you would do that on the sideline, but, I mean, he's sitting up, so I would think the game is going to resume, but you just don't know. You can hear and see the both sides obviously standing up and giving that young man an ovation. But, again, they've got him, he's sitting up, so that's a good sign, obviously. So we have no idea what happened with him, but he is completely conscious. We can see him communicating and upper body movement and all that kind of stuff. So at least you kind of rule out, in my opinion, neck and back and that kind of thing.
Yeah, if it was one of those situations, he would be.
Oh, yeah, he would be literally stabilized, like I was mentioning earlier.
Strapped
so again,
to the board with
you
no
think
movement.
maybe lower body, but again, we
be.
don't know.
So they'll have to get the ambulance off the field, and now the Dyer County cheerleaders are walking off the field. So again, no communication here of what's going on or what could be happening. As maybe we'll get something from the PA booth at some point here in a moment. And of course, they're going to have to wait for the ambulance before anything happens. They're going to have to get that ambulance off the field. Obviously, the Dyer County players are very emotional at this point. I mean, when you battle like these guys do every week at practice and play games, and all these guys, I'm sure, played for years together, it's hard to witness, one of your teammates go down with what could be a significant injury. Obviously, you don't know that. Again, you cross your fingers. You hope this is just a, maybe more caution than anything, but still, I mean, to see nobody's prepared to see a teammate walk off the field or be driven off the field
worse
in
than
an
an ambulance, right?
So, lots of people on phones down there on the field trying to figure out what's going on, and now some of the fans starting to stir a little bit.
Well, again, you say we don't speculate, but that's kind of what we're paid to do, I guess, whether we like it or not. Like you may be thinking, well, if they are going to call the game tonight, why haven't they? Well, they probably don't want people headed to their cars if that is the case, and won't let this ambulance get out.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want to do is have people heading for the exits and cars getting out of here and them trying to dodge people.
Right.
So, maybe the announcement will come once the ambulance and fire truck are out of here, because they've got a fire truck here behind the press box that responded. Of course, nowadays a lot of times the fire department and your ambulance service, EMTs.
But, yeah, I mean, if you're watching at home, maybe you already can tell. Again, I'm not sure exactly what our cameras are showing the whole time. If you're listening to us, the scene right now, both teams are off the field. The ambulance has now made its way across the track and off the field. The Dyer County cheerleaders also went in.
Now, the only thing that makes me think that we're in some just sort of long delay here is that the officials are still out there. And I would think that if they have decided that this game is no longer going to go, why would they even stick around?
Followed the team, maybe.
Because if there's one thing officials do, not that there's been any controversy tonight, but when the game is over, they get the heck off the field or the court in basketball.
Union City cheerleaders are still out on the track.
And maybe this is still an ongoing discussion on what should happen and what can happen. I don't know if you can just say the final score is this, or I would say 95% no.
There you go.
Okay.
So it's weird, you know. I guess they didn't know how long it would take to get him off the field. So why not go ahead and get in the locker room, maybe rehydrate, almost. And you're going to think this is funny, and obviously I'm not trying to make light of anything. But we went to our volleyball team went to Carlisle County last weekend. We played a tournament all day. Well, we did really well in the tournament. We ended up being the number 1 seed, so we had a 2-hour gap before we played again. My suggestion was, let's wait an hour, get on the bus, head 15 minutes down the road, come back, and treat it like you're just getting to the gym. So maybe that's what these teams are doing as well. Let's treat it like a halftime. Instead of us sitting out here and watching and wondering, let's go down there and, you know, let's let these guys kind of do their job. It's a little easier and let's go do our job.
Coaches to talk to their teams in the locker room than it is out in an open space like that, because you've got, you know, not that you're saying anything you shouldn't be saying,
Sure.
but you've got ears,
Well, yeah.
you've got family members, and you know, and maybe that's just something you'd rather share with your team or talk to your team privately. And again, obviously a very emotional moment, more so probably for Dyer County since it is a Dyer County player, but the Union City players, you know, I'm sure, you know, they're a little shaken too. You know, nobody ever wants to think about these types of things when you're playing football, but it can happen. It does, and unfortunately, it happened here tonight. And our thoughts and prayers are with that young man. And
here they are. They're headed back. Dyer County is now heading back onto the field. That's one of those, you know, you don't know what to do in that situation. You head down, and now you turn right around and come right back. But I'm sure the officials had told them, look, guys, we don't know if this is going to be a 3-minute delay or a 23-minute delay. So, you know, if y'all want to head back down to the locker room, we're going to give you guys some time to warm up. 3 minutes has been on the board pretty much since they made the announcement. So I'm sure once both teams get out here, and that's typically what you do. You get your halftime, which is what, 10, 15, it's 20 minutes maybe, and then they'll put another 3 minutes up just to let the guys get out and get loose. So in essence, they are treating this like the back end of a halftime.
So 3 minutes on the board, and Dyer County has made their way back onto the field. And they're, like you said it perfectly. It's just like coming out that last 3 minutes that they always tag on to halftime. You know, it's funny, just to ping on something for a moment, a little lighter moment here. You know, NFHS came out several years ago because a lot of the high schools started to kind of play with how long halftime was, and I started getting to some places, and they had 25, 30-minute long
Really?
halftimes. Oh, yeah.
So that's not not a rule. Like
they
that's not a set.
standardized it, and then this is what I think is the get-out-of-jail-free card. I don't know how they've not tackled this yet. Now they just run it out and then just add 3 more minutes.
Right.
So I think it's now, look, it's still shorter than when it was 25 minutes. I saw some schools having 25-minute halftime, but they have they pretty much keep it at that 3-minute extra time.
Hey, it ain't soccer, at least. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know why you have a scoreboard. Here's what I've always
why do you have
wanted.
clock
have
in
an
soccer?
operator. Have an operator. Let them stop the clock like any other time. Instead of everybody sitting around going, all right, are they going to play 2 more minutes, 3 more minutes, 4 more minutes? We don't know. They're going to play until the officials blow the whistle and say ball game.
It's also a sport where they just pull cards out of their pockets, so it's very, very strange. I'm not a big, huge soccer fan, but
football.
Oh, wait, we'll take a moment here right before we get started here back. We're still waiting on Union City to come back on the field, but hearing a lot of great things about the Union City volleyball team.
Yeah, had a big win yesterday, as a matter of fact. We went to Gibson County yesterday, and
that's a team that
they've
struggled
been tops.
with.
We struggled with them big time last year, at least as far as I've been a part of the program. We lost to them all 4 times, including the district championship and regional championship. So we kind of struggled there to start. I think we lost the first set 25-13 and kind of looked like we didn't want to be there, and then took the next 2 and nail biters, and the third one they got us in a nail biter, and then we came out in the tiebreaker 15-7 or 8 and looked really good doing it. I thought we played well, played hard, and hopefully we won't just rest on our laurels and think that means anything. And it means we're number 1 in the district right now, but not much else, and we'll just use that as a stepping stone and continue to have some success and continue to grow, as I know we can as a volleyball team.
Say a special thank you to all of our sponsors making these broadcasts possible, including Herman Jenkins Motors, E&H Refrigeration, First Citizens National Bank, Dunn's Auto Body, Davis Clothing in Lexington, Domino's Pizza, Tyson Foods of Obion County, Roadrunner Driving School, Home Builders Mart, Jerry Ward Autoplex, Meat Shop, First Response Security Services, Nutrient Ag Solutions, Commercial Bank and Trust, Reynolds Brothers Tire Company in Union City and Martin, Union City Board of Education, Thompson Machinery, American Roofing Softwash ARS, and finally, 5 Seasons Men's Shop in Union City and Martin, along with Kaiser Pharmacy, Allen Searcy Builders, ATA, Extreme Customs, Midtown Motors, or Investment Management, and the City of Union City. Huntington shuts out Camden 35-0. So now 2 finals in tonight. Obion County getting a win, and Huntington victorious as well. Hard to believe. Next Friday night will already be the 3rd game of the high school football season. It just seems like yesterday that we were out here. Camp was going on. I was taking my daughter to band camp.
3 weeks ago, I wasn't working. I do air quotes. I mean, I still had jobs or whatever, but I've been back at it. It's been a good year so far, though, here at Union City High School. I'm sure all the schools. I don't get to make it to all the schools, but everything seems to be, on course. So to speak.
Sometimes that's tough to do. Get off to a good start.
I thought you were going to say that's a good thing. No news is good news.
Yeah, well,
that's you don't hear
that's
about too many issues.
Pretty much the way I'm in it. Yeah, I mean,
I think the older I've gotten too, the more I like to just kind of stay down in my classroom and keep to myself. But everything's smooth so far, at least, and it looks like we're less than 30 seconds away from maybe getting back to football. Not sure. I don't know if they just throw them out there as soon as that clock goes off. Yeah, it looks like Union City's defense is already heading back out.
So the situation is Dyer County leading 28-14. It is 3rd and 11 for Dyer County from Union City's 34 here in the 3rd quarter. Looks like it is, we're getting word that it is the running back that we've seen, the starting running back for them.
Yeah,
that
Corey
being
Taylor.
Corey Taylor, and he's had a knee injury, and they're going to be looking at that. That was kind of what I was thinking, but obviously I didn't want to speculate. And those leg injuries can be tough, especially if it's just the wrong area. Here's a throw and catch. Daniels down the left sideline, coming back and making the catch is the receiver.
Yeah, Adrian Crawford right there with him, able to stop him at the point of the catch, push him back. Of course, that forward progress will get him right there at the 25, so it'll be 4th and, about 3?
Hayward with the catch.
You would think this would be Corey Taylor time, but again, Corey Taylor was that player that was carted off and taken off on the ambulance.
4th and 3, ball here on the near hash as they fake the handoff, throw across the middle. It is incomplete and no penalty markers, so great defense from Union City at Thompson Machinery. Defensive stop. So the ball will go over on downs, and don't look now, but Dyer County, who saw their lead cut to 2 touchdowns on that first play out of the break for the Golden Tornadoes when Crawford took it 66 yards. Now Union City's getting the ball back after holding Dyer County there.
I thought we had a UFO streaking across the field there for a second.
I
forget about the drones, dude. No, but Union City, when they've been able to take care of the football, they have had no problems really moving the ball down the field.
1st and 10 for the Golden Tornadoes on the near hash on their own 25. Theobald takes a snap, and he'll follow the lead man, and he is going to get a yard, maybe yard and a half.
Yeah, Dyer County defender got up in the area of a face mask, but was able to keep his paws out of that actual face mask apparatus at least. Minimal gain right there, maybe a yard for Theobald.
Foster Rogers out there got a little bit of a limp after that play. Hopefully he's able to stay in.
Yeah, wasn't available to the team last week. They're glad to have him back. Not only just to have an extra body out there, but a quality body as he is there on the line.
On 2nd and 8 with receivers on either side. Theobald in the pistol. Crawford goes in motion, and he fakes a handoff to Spall, flips it out to Crawford, makes one man miss, but the second man there to clean it up for the Choctaws is big number 54, Luke Bryant. I'll also say Moore got a piece of him as well. A couple guys out there.
You go for a 3-yard loss right there.
So now 3rd and they have 11 on the board, but it looks more like it's a long 11, almost 12.
Yeah.
Ball rests on Union City's own 23.
Well, the first down play didn't quite gain a yard, and PA gave it a 3-yard loss, and I did too.
And timeout on the
Union
field.
City, I think.
We've taken so many timeouts. I know we've also talked, but we'll keep it right here for now. As Union City wants to talk about it on 3rd and 11, but
I would too. You know, Coach Markle talks about it all the time. They've got to come up with a big play right here, but their team not really designed, not made for the big play. You know, he always says it. You know, a lot of guys think, well, you got to gain 3 or 4 yards at a time. He's fine with that 2-yard pickup right here because he always thinks they're going to bust one. And when I talk about bust one, I'm not talking the 66-yarder we saw from Crawford. I'm just saying big plays to them sometimes is that 6 yards. You get on the positive side of 5. And if you get just one of those every 2 or 3 downs, every 2 or 3 drives, that's really what he's looking for. But you can't go backwards. And, again, they minimal gain on first down didn't help, but the 3-yard loss right here puts them in a situation they don't want to throw the football. But, again, you're kind of limited what you want to do here because, I mean, you'd hate to get in a situation where you even think about wanting to go for it 4th down on this side of the field.
So Union City comes out of the timeout facing that 3rd and 11. Theobald will fake the handoff, takes it up the middle, and he's going to have a nice gain here across the 30 to the 32. They're still trying to push the pile, but it's been whistled dead. He is going to not have a first down, but he's going to make it 4th and manageable. But I can't imagine Coach wants to go for it this deep in his own territory, but maybe he does.
I would not, but there's a lot of times that I wouldn't.
And
you
he
know
would.
Who does, absolutely. I mean, I don't know if he referred to himself as the gunslinger last year or somebody else called him that, but it's
looks like that may be the
certainly
case.
fitting. Yeah. Well, you're also in a 4th and 4, so if you get them to jump, they did a nice job last year sometimes in these 4 yards to go, 5 yards to go situations in getting the defense to jump, so they may be doing that as well.
And, yeah, that looks like they've got a little motion there. Theobald looks towards the sideline. Play clock at 14.
Yeah, I think they're going to take a timeout if they can't get them to jump right here. That's just my guess.
Dyer County inching towards the
They're
line.
going.
They're going to go for it, and Theobald is going to be dumped in the backfield. They did an all-out blitz. Just not enough guys could cover, and Theobald had nowhere to go. 76-77, some of the guys that got in there, Cohen and Bird. And it'll be 1st down and 10 for Dyer County deep into Golden Tornado territory. They say it first down at the 28.
Yeah, I told you, man. He's not scared to go for it in those situations. You know, you put a lot of trust in your offensive lineman, but like you said, too many
send
numbers.
that many,
That's right. Dyer County just outnumbers you right there. Sold out.
So 3 receivers to the far side of the formation, 1 here to the near side. Let's see the give go to the back, and he is going to be stopped for a loss there. And the new running back for Dyer County, I think that's his first carry of the night, the first one I've seen him.
Oh, it is. You've only had the quarterback and Corey Taylor, the only ones that have had any keepers here.
Bryce Fulton, he's a junior, 5'8", 170 pounds. He lost 3 on the play. It is 2nd and 13. Buckley in to help make that stop. Ball now on the 31 as Daniels will find slanting across the middle. Is that Barbie again? And the ball comes loose, and Dyer County trying to jump back on top of it. I think they got it. And let's see what the signal is. Yes, it is.
Man, Union City had a chance to jump on that one.
Yeah, Barbie had it, and it came out on the tackle, and I think Johnny on the spot down there was West, who's had a good game. That's the same end of the field last week that we saw Crawford jump on a loose ball in the end zone. This one didn't get into the end zone, but they got significantly more yards on that just off that fumble. Not that they wanted for that to happen.
Dodged a major bullet.
Daniels will hand off to the running back who just pushes that pile inside of the 5. And Union City's coming out with the pile with it, saying they have a fumble, but no indication from the officials. That's Fulton on the carry again. Yep, they're going to say
in a situation right here where you absolutely need a turnover after giving it right back to them on there.
4:42 to play. Caleb Wright with the tackle on that last one.
6-yard gain for Fulton.
Here is Fulton again picking his way first from the left, then shifting over to the right side. I think there's a penalty marker down. Now another one. This one's going to be after the play.
Well, a lineman swung at one of the Union City defenders. I don't know if the defender did anything that the official saw that is going to.
They just drop another one.
If they did, I hate to think it may be one of those offsetting situations where the first official gets the swing and the other one comes over and says, well, here's what happened before, so maybe they talk themselves into offsetting penalties. You just don't know.
Well, but in this scenario, would you have a penalty during the play and then a penalty after the play? Could that be the situation?
I don't think so. I think they just got together and maybe each saw, and they may have seen the same thing too. We don't know.
Let's see what they called here. It looks like the indication I caught the very end of it. Maybe that was the first call. Now the officials again huddled up talking about it. 4:26, the clock is stopped. We're still in the third quarter. Had a long
third quarter. I know that the offensive lineman there was not happy about something.
Yeah, they're walking somebody back for Dyer County here, trying to calm him down.
He was on the ground, and he didn't like something that the Union City defender did up above him.
Dyer County's going backwards. Or look like they're getting ready to.
Yeah, so maybe just a personal foul on that lineman. Again, he took a swing. I don't know if it warranted an ejection. I didn't see anybody go to the sideline other than I know somebody went over there and threw part of his equipment to the sideline.
So the penalty will push the ball back.
Oh, no, on the defense. So maybe that was after they said that penalty will be assessed. So it wasn't.
So it was a penalty during the play and then a penalty after the play. So that's what they did. And I've seen them do that before. They'll mark one and then just mark the other, which usually puts the ball right about where it was before.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what I want my net gain to be here.
3 receivers go to the far side as it is second down. Low snap. Hand off to Fulton, and Fulton only gains.
But it wasn't a personal foul. It would have been an automatic first down, no? Because it's not. We're looking at third down right here, so I don't know. That's the thing you say, am I a football fan? I am, but NFL, college, high school, they play by such different rules.
No, I thought there was no automatic first downs in high school.
Okay.
I thought that was the case. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. I'm the same way as you. Right? It's hard to keep all the rules straight as they throw a screen pass here to the near side, caught by the receiver, and he goes down inside there. That's Hayward on the catch inside of the 5 and right down there at the 4.
So now I'm going to act like I know something and probably show how much I don't know. That screen pass, it took a long time to happen. It looked to me like some offensive linemen down the field. Can you be down the field in this situation? It just seemed like they were almost
now
to the goal line.
Now you're getting way out of my wheelhouse.
Right.
Those linemen downfield, I just know you can't do it.
You might not. I mean, they're so close to the goal line, but yeah, they were standing on the goal line, and that ball was caught back here around.
I think they usually give you like 2 or 3 yard.
That's what I thought.
Little window.
Yeah, I think that was more than 2 or 3. But anyway.
2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. They'll put Barbie in motion, hand it off to him, and he is going to get close to the end zone. I think he's going to be down at the 1-foot line.
You would think it's a first down, even if it's not a touchdown. Wait.
And
the defense is getting excited like they've stopped him short.
I thought he got it down to they're marking it on the goal line. This cannot
so
not
it's going to be first
down.
and goal. Okay. I just saw the enthusiasm there out of the defense, and I thought somehow maybe they had stuffed or stopped.
Now there's another Dyer County player down. It's going to be first and goal. This look like a cramp is what this is. So they're getting him stretched out.
I'm like 2 or 3 plays behind trying to write down. Who did you have on the carry right there?
That was Barbie.
Okay, because I didn't think it was.
He was in the slot, and they put him in motion and handed it off to him when he came in front of the quarterback.
Gotcha.
So it's a first and goal from the 2. We're still in the third quarter. 2:48 to go in that third quarter. 28-14, Dyer County, knocking on the board.
It'll be first and goal at the 2, as you mentioned. And going to be a really tall task here to ask this Union City defense to keep Dyer County out of the end zone as good as they've been through the air. Maybe it's bunched them up a little bit, and Union City can gear up for that run, get a couple of stuffs. We know we've seen Union City be able to get penetration a few times tonight and get in that backfield early and often. You just wonder, can they? Do they have one more of those plays where they can push Dyer County back? You talk about making it manageable for the offense. This is a situation where you want to make second down manageable for the defense.
So Union City on to the field to try to keep Dyer County out of the end zone and keep it a 2-score game. They've got their work cut out for them because it is inside of the 1 for the Choctaws. Fulton in there on the right hip
Union
of
City getting a defender in late.
Now they're going to have to burn a timeout.
Yeah.
There's just, and again, I just think that there's been games kind of been thrown out of whack, especially after that injury.
I'm off, and I'm just the broadcaster.
I think everybody's mind is just not here right now.
Right? Don't you feel like the whole air in this place? It was excitement on both sides. Both teams had made some really big plays, and now it's just kind of
crowd isn't even getting excited.
Deflating.
See the helicopter lifting off behind the press box.
Well, we had word that he was being airlifted as well. It was a knee situation, and airlift is what we got down there on the field.
So Union City called the timeout, or if they had not called the timeout, it would be a offsides because he was not going to be able to get on.
No, and he was still trying to figure out if he was supposed to be out there or not. He was kind of hesitating. I guess you just run direct to get out there. That's almost one of those where you want to run down the sideline and make sure you're on your side of the ball and then try to get out there. But you want to take the most direct route to get where you're supposed to be. And that does leave Union City, they're going to be down either way. Hopefully get the stop right here, but only one timeout remaining for them. Of course, we've got a whole nother quarter to play.
Give goes off the right side, and diving into the end zone is the running back touchdown. That's Fulton into the end zone, and Dyer County has 6 more as they extend that lead 34-14.
So Bryce Fulton comes into the game for the injured player, Corey Taylor. Takes 4 runs on the drive the rest of the way, only 6 yards as he took one for a loss of 3, but the final 2 yards right there, a 2-yard plunge into the end zone.
That last timeout brought to you by Dunn's Auto Body. By the way, Union City down to just 2 timeouts left. A few people starting to head to the exits now. And the extra point is up, and it is good. Oh, no good. No good. So the score now 34-14, 2:40 to go here in the third.
Yeah, 34-14. I guess, you're talking 3 scores, but at least you have an opportunity there if you can hold them the rest of the way and put a few more in the end zone yourself and put pressure on, find a way to come out victorious here tonight. It's been kind of it's not a tale of two cities. I don't know what you call it. It's been feast or famine for Union City. They've had a couple of nice, long, sustained drives where they were able to put one in the end zone. Of course, they had that one big play by Crawford. Unfortunately, just about every one of their other drives, of course, they did go for it their last time where it turned it over on downs, but the rest of almost all, maybe 3 out of those 4 possessions have they've been turned away because of turnovers. Now you're asking Union City to do something they're really not made to do. They're not, comfortable with, but they're going to have to find a way to get a couple of big strikes in here somewhere and maybe force a turnover or 2 of their own when the defense gets back on the field.
Powell will kick it off, and it's caught at the 28 by Crawford, coming here to the near side, 30, 35, 40, and he's still on his feet, and they're going to wrap him up there at the 43, but what a return by Crawford, who picked his spaces there and got through and all the way up to near midfield. So great starting field position for Union City in what feels like, even throw out the injury, it feels like a very long third quarter. Cannot believe we still have 2.5 minutes to go here in this third.
Yeah, really nice cutback there by Crawford, too. You talk about, or I talk about, how great of an athlete he is, and, state championships in track and everything. He really does not have a lot of football experience. Last year mainly was out there as a return man. But that right there, you kind of see him most of the time. He tries to get outside. That's his comfort zone, but it was nice to see the cutback as he saw the lane.
So we'll see Theobald hand off to Crawford. Crawford cuts it up and comes around on that right end and gains a half yard.
Well, I don't have half yards on here, so I'm going to go a full yard.
Okay, we'll take it. I'm sure he'll take it for sure.
I think even in the 4th grade they told us to round up, right?
Jonathan Bird with a stop. Well, I used to have a bad problem about saying about the 41, or about a yard, or about a yard. So sometimes I'd rather say half yard instead of about a yard.
Oh, I wasn't making fun of yours.
Oh, no.
I was just trying to figure out if I could write a half a yard down there. There's probably been a lot of half yards I should have done.
So second and 9. Yeah, there's Theobald handing off to Small. No, keeps it. Thought Small had it, and he keeps it, and he's going to be very close across the 50-yard line into Choctaw territory.
Well, he was on a defender's body there, so if they give him that roll, it'll be a first down, but I think they're marking him about a half a yard short.
Yeah, there we go, another half yard. So it'll be 3rd and a half yard. With 1:23 and counting, we'll see if Union City can pick it up. He went for it way deep in their own territory. If they don't get it here, they're definitely going for it if it's 3rd and a half yard or 4th and a half yard.
They're at the 47 and a half, and I really don't think they have to get all the way to the 47 if I'm looking across to the yard marker correctly.
So Theobald kept it last time. That's Small behind him, and if this is a timeout called, if this is Union City, this is their last timeout.
You hope not. It is. It's their final timeout right here, 3rd and 1. They've got to burn their final timeout to make sure they get their personnel or their formation in.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was a timeout called because you didn't like what you saw from the defense.
I don't think they got set in time to see that, do you?
Or maybe it was just they didn't have the right personnel or they weren't lined up correctly.
So that's what I'm thinking.
And look, I feel the same way as Coach does. Yeah, you don't want to lose your last timeout, but you also don't want to screw this up and end up getting dumped in the backfield and end up having a 4th and 4 and then turning it over on downs. So Union City calls the timeout, and they're back out of the huddle and back ready to go. Dyer County still in their defensive huddle over there with 1:03, so 63 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
I don't know. It frustrates me as a fan. I'm sure it frustrates the coaching staff because I'm sure they looked and saw something they didn't like, and you got that split second. Do we let it play out? Do we try to find a way?
3rd and inches.
Obviously, this drive has to finish
Goes
with points.
to Theobald. He is going to have a first down and more as he spins it down the sideline across the 30, 25, and ran out of bounds. Herman Jenkins Motors first down, and Union City has a player down back at the 50.
What a run, though. I think had he not, I don't know if he ran into his own player. I saw him kind of bounce backwards right there.
And that's Christian Jones.
Oh, he was having a heck of a first half on the defensive side especially.
Yeah, you don't want to lose him. Both sides of the ball. Jackson Christian defeats Donaldson Christian 31-6. Another score.
Theobald on that run now, 11 carries for 61 yards. It's about 5.5 yards per carry, but he's broke off some big ones, a 23-yarder and a couple of 8-yard runs. Actually, 3 8-yard runs mixed in there. I'll tell you a name we haven't called in a while, Rodney Jenkins.
55.9 remaining. We haven't. He was active in the first half.
Sure enough, yeah, 36 yards on three runs.
So they have it at the Choctaw 25.
Christian Jones over here also being tended to on the sideline.
Even though there's been some tough spots, the quit is something that Union City will not accept. They continue to try as the give goes up the middle. Such a good fake that Theobald got tackled on the play.
Say he really paid the price even after that ball.
Here's a late flag.
Oh, it's going to go against Dyer County based on their reaction.
It's just gotten extremely sloppy here. It's got to be tough for these Dyer County guys. They're playing with a lot of emotion out there right now because, they're seeing their teammate go down earlier. But you still got to keep your head. unsportsmanlike conduct against the defense, and they're going to give.
So tack on 15, depending on where that ball was spotted.
This will be a first
outside
down.
The 20, so yeah, for sure.
Just by yardage. Herman Jenkins Motors first down and inside of the red zone.
Never saw the yard marker guy move, so maybe a no gain on the run, but doesn't make any difference as they'll net a positive 15, you would think, here on the penalty.
First Response Security Services red zone visit.
It's been taking a long time, though, to get some of these yards marked out. Look, Union City offense is trotting back out there ready to go, and the ball hadn't been set down yet. Ball on the 10, I think, on the 11, the PA announcer says, Chuck Doss.
So they'll whistle it ready to play, and they'll start the clock. Waning moments of the third period as Theobald calls his own number, tries to turn the corner on the right side over there by the sideline, but the Dyer County defense does a good job of stringing it out.
Yeah, and he might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, if anything, pushed back a yard, and that's going to finish off the third quarter, I think.
Eric Cowan on the tackle.
Union City can still get a first down. Yeah, they're going to go a yard loss on that run.
And they're not going to snap this. They're going to stay in the huddle and stay on the field, though, and make us wait for these last 6 seconds to click off. And we will go to the fourth quarter with Dyer County leading Union City 34-14. And we are going to the fourth here at War Memorial Stadium, and you're listening to it here from the Herman Jenkins Motors broadcast booth on Froggy 99.3 and RadioNWTN.com.
Looking to take your business to the next level? ATA, your trusted tax, advisory, and accounting firm, is here to help. From tax planning to client accounting services to advisory and assurance, ATA has you covered. Contact ATA today at 731-885-3661 or visit ATA.net. With locations across Tennessee, Kentucky, Arkansas, and Mississippi, ATA is ready to serve you wherever you are. Choose ATA for all your accounting needs. Let's amplify your business together.
Ready to kickstart a career that'll take you places? Roadrunner Driving School is here to help you earn your CDL and hit the road in the right direction. Located at 106 Industries Park Drive in Sharon, Tennessee, Roadrunner Driving School offers an in-depth hands-on training curriculum that prepares you for an exciting career in the trucking industry. Learn how to drive a Class A commercial vehicle today. Call us at 731-456-2008 to earn your CDL in just 3 weeks. Let Roadrunner Driving School put you in the driver's seat.
Back here in the Herman Jenkins Motors broadcast booth, Union City, the sign of tonight's ball game. The Golden Tornadoes enter the fourth quarter trailing 34-14 to Dyer County, making the short trip up down in Newbern.
Where do you like to eat when you go to Newbern?
You know, I've actually only ever been to Newbern one time, and it was this year to a car show.
My favorite place to eat was the concession stand there at Dyer County High School.
Okay, there you go.
They do a nice job.
Here's a give up the middle. That's Small on the carry. He looked like he was shot out of a cannon on that second down run. And we'll see where he got down to.
After that first down play where they took a loss.
Looked like they
only 3 yards.
Yeah, it felt like it should have been.
He ran off tackle. Looked like he ran about 6 or 7 yards, but didn't net a whole lot of a gain right there. Give him 3 yards and 58 on the night, 12 runs.
Brewston a winner tonight, 19-14 over Gleason. There's you another final. It is 3rd and 8 from the 9 for Union City. Man in motion, and we've got a pre-snap penalty.
They got Dyer County to jump, but I didn't know if he broke the plane. But with the flag, I think.
They said false start is what the official here nearest to us.
Okay. So that's the reason that the Dyer County defender jumped right there. I saw him jump and get back. So Union City doing what they cannot do. It's going backwards here. Again, Union City not really designed for the big plays, but finding themselves down 3 scores, they're going to have to find a big play or two, and probably defensively at some point going to have to force at least 1 turnover, if not 2, to try to get themselves back in this one.
Theobald gets the play call here on 3rd and 13. Not where you want to be with this type of offense, but Union City's been able to pick up big yardage here throughout this one as the pitch will go to the outside, and the ball's on the ground, and Dyer County has it. There for a moment, I thought Rodney Jenkins was going to have something, but apparently he never secured that pitch. It ends up on the turf, and it's Choctaw ball. 1st and 10. So Dyer County gets it back, and that's at least, off the top of my head, we obviously don't have a stat monitor here, but I think that's at least 3 turnovers, right?
It's 4.
Four
I've got 4
turnovers.
marked.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Had 2 last week.
Unfortunately, I do write them down. Yeah, you got an interception thrown by Theobald.
A fumble.
1.
Maybe there was another fumble in there.
2. Your eyesight's better than mine if I've got an F in the box right there.
Just to give to
3
Fulton.
fumbles.
Fulton up the middle. He twists his way, and he's got a first down across the 30. He's just short of the 31.
Yeah, 3 fumbles. 3 fumbles and a pick thrown.
Caleb Wright on the tackle for Union City. Choctaws, before they could get it snapped, there's a penalty marker. As they were snapping it, they'll whistle it dead with 10:26 to go in the 4th. I tell you, we've seen probably 7 false start penalties here tonight. Maybe not 7, but right around it, 6 or 7. And sometimes I'm not saying this is the case here, Coach, and I don't want to get off on too much of a tangent. We'll continue to call the game. But
you're going to talk focus?
I'm just going to talk about how sometimes when you have different crews that haven't seen certain things. I know once I was calling a team that did a lot of similar stuff that Union City does, and deep in the playoffs, they went to a different part of the state, and they kept getting called for illegal procedure. And, they felt like it wasn't something that they normally had a problem with during the regular season. It wasn't any different.
Yeah.
So sometimes maybe some crews see a certain movement a different way.
What a hole right there. Yeah. Fulton was able to run through.
Yeah, big carry and big run there. Small with the stop. 9:33 in counting. Dyer County, you would think at this point, going to keep it on the ground the rest of the way, trying to.
Yeah, they did pop one to the outside player go.
Here's
third
Fulton
down,
again,
and trying to run for that first down, and he's got it plus a yard.
Yeah, Fulton picks it up, crosses the 40 to the 42, and it's a first down for the Choctaws.
Yeah, the only thing they're not doing, they're going to let that clock keep running, but they're kind of a tempo team, so it's not like they're running the play clock down. It's not their comfort zone, and not yet.
Well, there's a throw, and it's
right
across
over the
middle,
middle,
and it's incomplete. It's not a fumble, but he can jump on it. He never had the ball whatsoever. And they love that pass there, that slant pass there.
Well, and again, I don't know. I saw in the first half Union City was playing that outside leverage, and I don't know that they've made a change on that. So you got 3 receivers out in the formation. Let a couple of them drag you deep, and then let that third defender kind of slant in behind, and usually it's been wide open over the middle. And that's what I told you, too, that the linebackers were going to have to worry about that gap scheme, but they were also going to have to take some of that underneath coverage for Union City to be successful tonight. Another big gain, another big carry right here for Fulton again. Fulton's come in the game and had some nice runs. I thought he had the first down. No, they're taking it back. There's a holding penalty instead. I did not see the flag drop back here at the line of scrimmage. So take away that big run that I thought went for about 11 or 12. It looked like they were going to mark him about 9-yard gain. But instead, this one will go as a holding penalty, a 10-yarder. Put Dyer County well back behind the chains again here at 2nd and 20.
Thanks there, Coach. Trying to
try to buy you time. When
trying to get our laptop powered up. Starting to test the limitations of our gear here.
I just become more Tennessee-ish. I slow my speech down a little bit.
That's my problem. I speed up. Fulton, and that we're going to continue to push the pile.
Still picked up 8 yards. Looked like they had him back there, only maybe 3 or 4 yard gain, and he was able to. You talk about falling forward. He didn't fall forward. He pushed forward for another 3 or 4 yards. He almost got all 10 of those yards back that they lost on the holding penalty. 9-yard pickup.
3rd and long. have to get across the 50 to the 48 do the Dyer County Choctaws. On 3rd and 11, let's see what they dial up. A pump fake, and Daniels is going to get sacked in the backfield, and the first man to him, let's see if I can get that number, make sure that's that young man. Yes, that is Rylan Robinson.
Yeah, he's been pretty aggressive and active. He's been back in there in that backfield, especially on several of these pass plays. And right there, you know that Daniels really wanted to let go of that one, but thought better of it, knowing what the scoreboard says. It just wants to maintain possession. Union City out of timeout, so they'll probably will let that clock run down before they punt this one away and just start trying to minimize as many seconds as they can for the Union City team.
So they're going to let that play clock continue to tick down, 14, 13,
Just
and
now
no hurry
shuffling
here.
another
Still, still running players onto the field.
They may have to take a timeout themselves, but looks like they're getting regrouped here with 6 seconds left on the play clock. Plenty of time.
Short line drive that hits on the near sideline and then rolls inside of the 30 and will stop just short of the 25. So that's where Union City will have it 1st and 10. And a Thompson Machinery defensive stop for the Golden Tornadoes gives them the football back on their side of the 50, but with 7:15 to play, 34-14. Union City trying to get that offense back on track. They scored on the opening play of the 3rd quarter, but they have not been able to find pay dirt since.
So Union City going to have to do things in a hurry right here. We talked about it several times, Chuck. Not just that they're, really not one of those that likes to go through the air, but also without any timeouts in their bag to stop them when they do get on the defensive end of things.
Theobald fakes the handoff, and it's a pitch back, and this time securing it, but unfortunately getting dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That's Rodney Jenkins.
Yeah.
That was similar to the play that they didn't successfully complete that pitch to, and this time they do, but for a loss of 2.
Yeah, no gain right there, but just good to see the confidence in the coaching staff going back to Jenkins after that fumble.
So 6:45 to go in the 3rd. Play comes in to Theobald. He'll relay it to his teammates in the huddle as they break it. And we'll see what they do here on this 2nd and 12. Dyer County band playing over there. Run will hear it go to the near side as he hands off to Crawford, Adrian Crawford, and he does get near the 30. So positive yardage there. It's still going to be a long 3rd down.
Yeah, they're pushing that thing out 3 or 4 yards, a little bit more than I had initially realized. So it pushes him over at 80 yards on the night. Just 5 carries.
Golden Tornadoes have it on their own 30.
Yeah, you want to see him pick up pace a little bit right here.
3rd and 6.
But at the same time, you can't get in too big of a rush and put yourself in a situation where you can't get this 1st down.
They ball in the pistol. He'll pitch it back. That is Puckett again. And he is going to be dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That time, Dyer County read it nicely.
Yep. Puckett hadn't had a whole lot of touches, just his 3rd touch, but they were geared up and ready.
Yeah, back near the
loss of 3.
Original line of scrimmage, so not quite there. So it'll be 4th and 9. And
yeah, what else do you have to lose right here, right? You go for it. I think they may be sending the punt unit on, though, right here, and they may be conceding this one.
And that's what they'll do. Here's still plenty of time on the play clock as it's just now getting to 20. So they had a time there to.
Yeah, no timeout to set it, so hopefully they can get all those guys out there. Still having some guys coming in, a few guys kind of limping off the field there. And it does look like their punt team. I don't expect any, crazy, no shenanigans right here. Just kick this one, let Dyer County know.
Got close to blocking that one, did Dyer County, and it bounces and will take a Choctaw roll. Somebody needs to touch it for Union City now. As it hit
Adrian
at
Crawford picked it up as if maybe somebody had touched it for Dyer County and started to run with it.
Hey, what do you get to lose?
Yeah, you play till the whistle. That's what we tell kids all the time as coaches. So
it hit at the 42, but then Had a backwards roll on it. Came back officially at the 46, 47-yard line. What's your favorite snack for a full day of college football or NFL football? What do you like to have?
Yes.
Everything?
Yeah.
That's how we got
like
some
the snack.
I think we're gonna do some rotel. Might do some ribs. You don't live too far. You should stop by.
Hey, if that's an invite, I'm there. That's all you had to say.
Daniels will give it to Fulton, who goes between the right guard and the center.
You get mad at me if I ask for a to-go box?
Rylan Robinson, listen, man, I love cooking for people.
I love eating.
Problem is, for anybody who's ever cooked barbecue, as you know, you can't tell somebody when barbecue's going to be ready.
I thought you were going to say some people are particular, but here's what I've always said
they're
about
particular
barbecue.
too.
But if you are, just carry your sauce. Sauce will fix a bad barbecue if you need it to. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah, because
It's
the
all
worst
about
thing
the
you're going to do
sauce
to a barbecue is you're going to dry it out.
I'm
and you
gonna
can
douse it, baby, if I don't like it. And if I like it, we're good. If I don't like it, we're still good because I got my sauce.
3:51 to go here in the fourth quarter play.
Now they are slowing things down, Dyer County here.
Yeah, they're going to.
They still went tempo their last possession. You know, that was their comfort zone. But right here, probably because they don't really want to score in this situation. Again, Union City punting it away, conceding the game. They just try to run this thing, run this clock.
And this is
obviously they'll take a touchdown. If
Daniels across the midfield stripe. Across the 45, the 40, inside of the 40, down to the 36.
13-yard gainer for him. Biggest run of the night for him, 24 yards now.
Evans on the stop.
Stops the clock. They'll reset it and then restart it. And they already have restarted it, actually.
No timeouts for Union City. Not necessarily that they be taking them, but they ran out of timeouts, I think, in the third quarter. So they didn't have any going into the fourth. Two receivers to the left, one here to the near side. On the right side of the formation, Fulton back there will take the handoff from Daniels, and a good stop there by the Union City defensive front, and that's Dayton Buckley who knocks him to the turf. Now they're going to give it to Elijah Simpson as well.
And again, Dyer County all night have been really quick to that line, but tonight they'll maintain that huddle presence. You don't want to get up there too early, when you're running clock. You don't really want your lineman to have to sit there and hold that stance for 20 seconds or whatever. I wouldn't. I was never a lineman in high school, but I'm lineman size now. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get in a stance anyway.
And here's Fulton, who's been a real workhorse since he's come into the game. And
after that injury to Corey Taylor.
You could tell Dyer County is a team that they like to go up tempo, and they can throw the ball. And there's probably some folks say, they throw it all over the field. But, they run the ball too. They stay very balanced. In fact, I think tonight they've been more run-heavy than anything.
Well, one thing that, Coach Markle said about them is they're physical. Well, they're physical at a lot of different positions too. Even in that receivers corps, you talked about there's been some challenge catches. They've had some run after contact out of their receivers.
On 3rd and 7 from the 33 of Union City. 1:14 and counting. It's Fulton, and he gets by one man and goes to the middle of the field, and he's still driving those legs. He has a first down at the Golden Tornado 25. So the clock will stop with 64 ticks to go. Stay tuned to our post-game show as we will give you our thoughts, analysis, stats, and we'll also catch up with head coach Nick Markle on the field. Don't forget, UT football on the radio, WENK tomorrow. Broadcast starts at 8:30, kickoff at 11.
Maybe one more play. It looks like Dyer County will have to run one more play.
They took a knee, so that's going to do it. Dyer County comes to Union City, and they get the win 34-14 over the Golden Tornadoes on a night that doesn't really feel like anybody's a winner after that injury to Taylor. Of course, our thoughts and prayers to him, but Dyer County comes into Union City, gets the win, and they are now 2-0 after beating Dyersburg last week 35-34 in that thriller. And for Union City, still looking for win number 1, but they go on the road the next 2 weeks. Riverside, of course, next week, and the week after that, Crittenden County before they come back home. So the job does not get any easier. That's something we've talked about with Coach Markle this season, how the schedule is tough and there's no excuses. You want to go out and try to win every game. It doesn't matter who the opponent is or how good they are. 34-14, our final score, as Dyer County a winner tonight on the road. And you're listening to it all right here from the Herman Jenkins Motors broadcast booth on Froggy 99.3 and radio NWTN.com.
Northwest Tennessee and Western Kentucky, it's time for a career change, and we know the perfect place for you. Tyson Foods in Obion County. Tyson Foods is hiring, and it's easy to apply. Just stop by and see the friendly staff at the Tyson Foods Hiring Center in Union City. Tyson is currently hiring for general production and many other positions, and they are looking to fill all shifts. Come see the team at the Tyson Hiring Center, located off Reelfoot Avenue in Union City. The Hiring Center is open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Come be a part of the Tyson team. Tyson Foods is an equal opportunity employer, including disability and veterans.
Looking sharp has never been easier. 5 Seasons Men's Shop in Union City and Martin has all the brand names he wants. Suits, jackets, sportswear, shoes, and the right accessories. Getting married or going to the prom? 5 Seasons Men's Shop has formal wear that fits perfectly. And with your purchase, 5 Seasons will wrap your gift for free. That's 5 Seasons Men's Shop in Union City and Martin, with their friendly one-on-one service from true professionals. You'll walk in a man and walk out the man.
Back here in the Herman Jenkins Motors broadcast booth at War Memorial Stadium, the final score, Dyer County 34, Union City 14. Golden Tornadoes fall to 0-2 on the year. Take a look at these scores, some final scores from the Sports 731 Network. It was last night, Southside beating JCM 26-13. Liberty over Bluff City 28-6. Huntington shut out Camden 35-0. Milan eked out the win at South Gibson 14-10. Peabody over Humboldt in a big way 42-18. Jackson Christian 31. Donaldson Christian 6. McKenzie all over Dresden 44-7. Giles County defeated Henry County 27-14. Adamsville in a 2-point game, 14-12, the win there for Adamsville over Chester County. Let's go down to the field.
Down here on the field with Coach Markle. Coach, we gotta start with it. We got to talk about the turnovers. I know it's something you had mentioned preseason. It certainly came back to bite us a little bit tonight.
Yeah, just start the game like that. We had a big play right there. We had it set up. I knew playing Coach Drew Burrell in the past, I kind of knew that the edges were there if we could get there, and so we wanted to start off that way. And I thought it was a big play. We coughed the ball up, and we can't. I think we had 5 fumbles and an interception, and can't do that with a good team.
I know circumstances may have warranted it, or maybe it was part of the game plan, but it seemed like a lot of different guys getting involved, getting their hands on the ball here offensively tonight. Was that part of the script?
Well, it's a long season, and we can't rely on Jack Theobald to carry the ball all the time. So, I thought Adrian Crawford, dynamic playmaker, getting the ball as little as he did last week. I got to think of ways to get him the ball. Same thing with Andre Small. Rodney's a talented kid, never played before, but, that becomes an issue. He kind of fumbled the ball right here at the end. And, it's just all, once again, growing pains, man, trying to get these young guys up to speed. And there's nothing better than just game time experience. And, we're getting burned up in this fire right now, but we're going to get it right and we're going to get it fixed. And, tomorrow's a new day.
Yeah, Coach, just one other thing. We usually focus as broadcasters on the offense, but I really thought you had a young man step up tonight. Boyd looked like he made some really nice plays for you defensively.
Yeah, and I apologize to him at halftime. I didn't give him enough reps at practice, but, we got a small team, and I need him to run some scout offense, and, you don't ever plan on losing a starter and then having to throw a freshman in there to kind of get in there and get, baptized by fire. But he held his own. He got lost a few times, but that's to be accepted. And, I told him, it's your time, Bubba. Welcome to the show.
Coach, I want to thank you for your time. Good luck next week.
Go Tornadoes.
And thank you to head coach Nick Markle down there on the sideline joining us after this 34-14 win for Dyer County over Union City. Let's take another timeout here from the Herman Jenkins Motors broadcast booth. But before we do that, let's see if I can get my sponsor sheet here and tell you that we are in our post-game show. And we'll be back in just a moment here on the Five Seasons Men's Shop in Union City and Martin post-game show, and you're listening to it all right here from the Herman Jenkins Motors broadcast booth on Froggy 99.3 and RadioNWTN.com.
From custom application, precision ag, plant health products, seed varieties, financing, and more, we have it all. Here at Nutrient Ag Solutions, we're here for every kind of grower and every kind of operation. By providing these innovative tools, we help you be prepared for the ag industry of tomorrow. Contact your local Nutrient Ag Solutions to discover all the ways we can serve you and your operation. Be sure to like and follow us on Facebook at Nutrient Ag Solutions TN-WKY.
Extreme Customs Midtown Motors, located at 903 South 1st Street in Union City, Tennessee, offers a wide range of tires, wheels, leveling kits, lift kits, and accessories. Call 731-885-7373 or visit their website at midtownmotors-tn.com for new inventory. Dustin or Brian can help you find your next ride. Financing is available with approved credit. Extreme Customs Midtown Motors, the best prices around.
Looking to take your business to the next level? ATA, your trusted tax, advisory, and accounting firm, is here to help. From tax planning to client accounting services to advisory and assurance, ATA has you covered. Contact ATA today at 731-885-3661 or visit ATA.net. With locations across Tennessee, Kentucky, Arkansas, and Mississippi, ATA is ready to serve you wherever you are. Choose ATA for all your accounting needs. Let's amplify your business together.
Accidents, dents, and dings happen. And when they do, bring your vehicle to Dunn's Auto Body, proudly serving the area since 1963. Our family-owned business provides top-quality repairs you can trust. Our technicians are ready to restore your vehicle to its best. We are open Monday through Friday from 8 to 4. Come see us at 1318 Stad Avenue or call us for a quote at 731-885-0535. Dunn's Auto Body. Get it done and get it done right. Celebrating 45 years in business, E&H Refrigeration is your trained comfort specialist. We are Northwest Tennessee's heating and cooling experts with locations in Martin and Paris. If you're in need of a new Trane HVAC system, we have you covered. Give E&H Refrigeration a call today in Martin at 731-587-9675 or in Paris at 731-407-9121. Let us bring you comfort you deserve with the quality you count on. E&H Refrigeration, your Trane dealer.
Northwest Tennessee and Western Kentucky, it's time for a career change, and we know the perfect place for you. Tyson Foods in Obion County. Tyson Foods is hiring, and it's easy to apply. Just stop by and see the friendly staff at the Tyson Foods Hiring Center in Union City. Tyson is currently hiring for general production and many other positions, and they are looking to fill all shifts. Come see the team at the Tyson Hiring Center, located off Reelfoot Avenue in Union City. The Hiring Center is open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Come be a part of the Tyson team. Tyson Foods is an equal opportunity employer, including disability and veterans.
Wrapping things up here in the Herman Jenkins Broders broadcast booth and our 5 Seasons Mid Shop in Union City and Martin post-game show. Heard from Coach just a few moments ago. And got Coach Eddie Suter back up here with me. Let's take a look at those post-game stats, and what do you see over there? What do you got over there, Coach?
Well, Dyer County just kind of flipped it, I guess, what they did in the first half and what they did in the second half. In the first half, for Dyer County, 125 yards through the air, 40 in the second half. But then the rushing attack really picked up, as we thought it would, with the lead. Union City had held them to 38 yards on the ground. We gave up 83 there in the second half for 121, so Dyer County finishes with 286 yards of total offense. Landon Daniels, of course, was the quarterback there. He had all 65. Their big receivers, you had Key Anthony Barbie there with 64 yards on 6 catches, and just 3 catches for Grant West, but 63 yards and 2 of those touchdown completions, catches. For Union City, they did complete 1 of 2 passes, actually threw an interception in the mix right there. It was a 6-yard completion for Jack Theobald on the ground. 236 yards total for 242 as a team. Jack Theobald had 12 rushes for 60 yards. Andre Small right behind him there. He had 12 rushes also, 58 yards. Rodney Jenkins with 34 yards and Adrian Crawford with 80. So as we mentioned, a lot of guys, getting involved right there. We hadn't really seen it, but Kervin Thompson goes out of the game, and you don't just ask one person to fill that spot, and they didn't. They went to Jenkins, Puckett, and Crawford some down the stretch.
You're listening to the 5 Seasons Men's Shop in Union City Martin post-game show. Let's step away one more time from the Herman Jenkins Motors broadcast booth. When we come back, we will wrap it up from War Memorial Stadium as Dyer County's a winner over Union City tonight, 34-14.
Looking for dependable machinery to complete your fleet? Thompson Machinery has what you need. Whether you're buying, leasing, or renting, we've got you covered with new and used CAT equipment and a large inventory at our CAT rental store. Complete your fleet or fill a gap on your job site with our reliable machinery. Find your next machine in our inventory. Call 888-720-1308 or visit a Thompson location near you. Thompson Machinery, your local CAT dealer.
At Jerry Ward Autoplex, we want you to drive home the best vehicle at the best price. And did you know many of our vehicles are factory program vehicles that manufacturer employees drove for a year or less? These are trusted, basically new vehicles at pre-owned prices.
We got a great family vehicle, plenty of room, with low miles, still under warranty, at a very affordable price.
Like I always said, don't dream it, drive it.
Looking sharp has never been easier. 5 Seasons Men's Shop in Union City and Martin has all the brand names he wants. Suits, jackets, sportswear, shoes, and the right accessories. Getting married or going to the prom? 5 Seasons Men's Shop has formal wear that fits perfectly. And with your purchase, 5 Seasons will wrap your gift for free. That's 5 Seasons Men's Shop in Union City and Martin with their friendly one-on-one service from true professionals. You'll walk in a man and walk out the man.
Your Your business is unique, so protecting it should be tailor-made. Unlike those one-size-fits-all nationwide security companies, First Response Security Services offers custom solutions tailored to your organization's needs. We even work around any stipulation you have. First Response actually sends real people to support you. You're not just a number in a database. You get the personal touch and real local support whenever you need it. Serving Northwest Tennessee for 15 years. Call us today.
For decades, Commercial Bank and Trust Company has been the bedrock of our community. When it comes to doing business, we have perfected the art. I'm Greg Dozier, and I'm proud to be part of a community bank that prioritizes its customers above all else. To us, you're not just a number, you're family. At Commercial Bank, we promise an experience that leaves you smiling and fully satisfied. Your financial well-being is our top priority, because when it comes to banking, your choice matters. Choose Commercial Bank and Trust Company today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Got a leaky roof? Missing shingles? Or maybe it's time for a total roof replacement. No matter what your roofing needs, KB with ARS Roofing has you covered. From repairs and cleaning to full roof replacements and preservation, ARS Roofing is your trusted local expert, serving all of West Tennessee and Western Kentucky. Protect your biggest investment, your home, with the quality and care you deserve. Call ARS Roofing today at 731-636-9700 and schedule a free quote. ARS Roofing, making roofs look great again.
Here in the Herman Jenkins Motors broadcast booth in the Five Seasons Men's Shop in Union City post-game show. Thank you for Coach joining us on that post-game show interview, post-game interview from the Jerry Ward Autoplex. And let's do our top performer of the game, American Roofing Soft Wash, ARS Roofing. Give it to three guys tonight. I really felt like defensively, Dayton Buckley, along with Andre Small and who was my other one? Christian Jones. Those guys were really active throughout the game, and I don't feel like those players at those positions necessarily get their names called a whole lot and get a lot of recognition. And somebody may say it's a cop out. I've given it to an offensive player before and a defensive player. I think you can do really whatever you want, but the main thing is I want to spotlight some really good play, and tonight I felt like those three guys really played well.
Yeah, for 2 weeks straight now, the defensive line has been pretty solid here for Union City. Union City take care of the ball a little bit better, and you never know what could happen, but it is what it is. You got to move on. You got to flip the calendar literally, I think, because the next game will be in September, right? So you can flip that calendar and kind of forget about these two and try to move on. We got a couple of more non-region, it's not district, whatever you call it here in football. What do you call it?
I think they call them regions. I thought they used to call them regions,
okay.
Right?
Yeah. So anyway, a couple more tune-ups. You want to try to get things headed in the right direction. Last week, the story was kind of the penalties, and then tonight, obviously, the story is the turnovers. So you got a couple of things, but again, those are fixable things. You've got the tools, you got the talent. You just got to put it together.
I want to say a special thank you to all the crew that made tonight possible. I know it's been a long broadcast, and for everybody sticking with us, and also name all of our sponsors making these broadcasts possible. If you run into these businesses or run into any of these folks in town, tell them you appreciate them supporting what we do here with Union City High School Athletics and with all of our local high schools that we partner with here with the Sports 731 Network, including Herman Jenkins Motors, E&H Refrigeration, First Citizens National Bank, Dunn's Auto Body, Davis Clothing in Lexington, Domino's Pizza, Tyson Foods of Obion County, Roadrunner Driving School, Home Builders Mart, Meat Shop, First Response Security Services, Nutrient Ag Solution, Commercial Bank and Trust, Reynolds Brothers Tire Company in Union City and Martin, Union City Board of Education, Thompson Machinery, ARS Roofing, Jerry Ward Autoplex, Five Seasons Men's Shop in Union City and Martin, Kaiser Pharmacy, Allen Searcy Builders, ATA, Extreme Customs, Midtown Motors, Or Investment Management, and the City of Union City. Well, we'll be back on the radio next Friday night at 6:30 for the pregame show, 7 o'clock for kickoff, Murphy Fair at 6. And we've been reminding you all game long, 8:30 is the broadcast time for the Vols tomorrow as they get ready to take on Syracuse in game number 1. Kickoff at 11. We'll be on Tornado Talk on Wednesday at 6 o'clock. I'll catch up with Coach Markle, and you can hear his thoughts about this one and their next matchup against Riverside. For the coach, I'm Chuck Hammer saying good night from War Memorial Stadium as Union City falls to Dyer County 34-14 here at War Memorial Stadium, and we say good night from Union City.
At Reynolds Brothers Tire Company in Union City and Martin, they carry Cooper, Michelin, and Goodyear tires. They carry all major brands and many private brands too. They even go the extra mile for their customers with a service package that includes road hazard, free fixed flats, and lifetime balancing. Reynolds Brothers, nobody beats their customer service. Reynolds Brothers Tire Company, 400 East Church Street in Union City, and 505 North Lindell Street in Martin.
When you're on the hunt for the perfect vehicle, what are the things you're looking for? Is it brand, features, color, size, or something else? The good thing is Herman Jenkins Motors can help you find that vehicle that checks all the boxes for you. With multiple brands to choose from, such as Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, their staff will work hand in hand with you to make the car buying process as easy as possible. And their service department will take good care of your car after the purchase. Visit them today in Union City or online at hermanjenkins.com.
When you're craving the perfect cut, steaks that sizzle, savory sliced bacon, fresh salmon, juicy pork chops, and the tastiest chicken around, head to the meat shop in Union City. Need dinner and a snap? Grab frozen meals and fresh vegetables too. Always the perfect cut, always friendly service. Located at 1106 South 1st Street in Union City. Come to the meat shop. It's what's for dinner.
A good foundation. At Allen Searcy Builder Contractors, they know that it's the essential part of having a successful project, but it's also an important element in each relationship with their clients. Understanding and protecting the interests of each business they serve is why Allen Searcy continues to be the source for major commercial projects in our area for over 40 years. Allen Searcy Builder Contractors can help you with your project from concept and design all the way to construction. Call 885-7633 or go to allensearcy.com.
From custom application, precision ag, plant health products, seed varieties, financing, and more, we have it all. Here at Nutrient Ag Solutions, we're here for every kind of grower and every kind of operation. By providing these innovative tools, we help you be prepared for the ag industry of tomorrow. Contact your local Nutrient Ag Solutions to discover all the ways we can serve you and your operation. Be sure to like and follow us on Facebook at Nutrient Ag Solutions TN-WKY.
Extreme Customs Midtown Motors, located at 903 South 1st Street in Union City, Tennessee, offers a wide range of tires, wheels, leveling kits, lift kits, and accessories. Call 731-885-7373 or visit their website at midtownmotors-tn.com for new inventory. Dustin or Brian can help you find your next ride. Financing is available with approved credit. Extreme Customs Midtown Motors, the best prices around.